may be 100 degrees outside, but it feels a little bit like Christmas morning across Texas tonight. High school football and Friday night lights are back. The Mustangs open the 2026 season on the road. We are coming to you live from Charlie Johnson Field at Fair Park Stadium in Childress. Welcome in to the First United Bank pregame show. I'm Nathan Riojas, joined by David Blackburn. David, we spend July 4th, or I feel like, during the summer we celebrate July 4th, and then you start looking at the calendar and it's like, man, when is football season going to get here? We finally made it, and we're kicking off tonight.
You're exactly right. One of the more exciting times of the year. I like your reference in your opening to Christmas. It's just a fun time of season. If you're a sports fan, a football fan, along those lines, it's hard not to be excited when Texas high school football gets to rolling around, and a lot of new things we'll talk about, beginning with a new season, new faces. Graduation always changes the complexion of a team, and anxious to see what this year's version of the Shallowater Mustangs has in store for us.
Yeah, it's year 6 now under Coach Rodney Vincent, and I think as we've gotten into the last couple of years, you see the continuity and the football IQ, the maturity, the leadership from the last few groups of seniors. Man, a lot to look forward to, a lot to be excited about with these teams. But Coach Ryan McAllister now in his 3rd year. We may talk a little bit about that as we get into the, later into this First United Bank pregame show. But the continuity, all these guys, including the seniors, have spent their entire athletic careers in Shallowater under Coach Rodney Vincent's leadership. And again, I think in year 4 is kind of when you started to see that change, but now you really see these guys that have grown up in the program ready to take the reins. I think Coach Vincent and the coaching staff really excited about some of these guys that have put on a little bit of weight over the summer and are stepping into some bigger roles.
It's always fun. I'm sure you notice the same thing, seeing these guys when you haven't seen them for a while. If you're their parents, you see them and you kind of lose sight of that, but I haven't seen them in a while. I see them, walking out on the field now, and they've grown up. It was a few years ago, you and I were calling a playoff game over at Lubbock Cooper against Brownfield. Some of the guys that are seniors tonight were getting their first varsity start in a playoff, or first varsity experience rather, in a playoff game, in a playoff atmosphere. And so those types of things they're building. Coach has been building a program here, and he's just doing it the right way, building a strong football program and really building just good young men.
Shallowater out of District 1, 3A Division 1. Of course, we play in the big school conference of 3A. Childress in 3A Division 2. They're also in District 1. They're in Coach Bo Helms' 5th season here in Childress, but quite the difference in enrollment. You'll see Childress, although the roster is the same, the Mustangs are just 33 guys on the roster. Got 35 on Childress's roster coming into tonight. Of course, Mustangs have added a couple of guys we've already noticed out on the field, so I think we're both at 35 right now, but enrollment for the school, much different. Our realignment number this past year was 508, Childress at 295. They're one of the smaller schools in 3A period. As 246 is where 3A starts. So they're kind of right in the middle. The cutoff for D1 at 367. And, of course, Shallowater on the high end, one of the bigger 3As in the state. We don't see schools as big as us until we get deeper into the playoffs. So Childress will have their hands full with the Mustangs tonight. And both these teams coming off of 8-4 seasons last year. The Mustangs got beat up a little bit in non-district play, but finished this season really well. They finished at 8-4, 3-0 in District 1. They were undefeated champs for the 2nd year in a row, but season cut short in the area round of the playoffs right here in Childress. So we come back to where the season ended last year. Tough loss to Peacer, 16-0. It just wasn't our night. We had a lot of turnovers and some points left on the field for sure against a good Peacer team.
Yeah, exactly right. We're starting where we left off. Just a couple things I was going to touch on, just talking about Childress. If you're sitting at home listening to us, you're thinking, well, wow, hasn't Childress been in our district before? And they have, but not in football. being a smaller school, obviously they've been in our basketball, baseball, softball district and other spring sports, but we haven't played them in district, at least in recent history. So I don't know that they've ever been in our district in football, but they were on our schedule as a non-district opponent a few years ago. We played them back in 2021. We were supposed to play them in 2020, but that was a COVID year, and that game got canceled. That was to be homecoming here in Childress, but that game didn't get played. So last time out against Childress was in 2021, and we were just talking about that beforehand. Some big names for Childress at that time. Quarterback Colin Bishop, wide receiver Lamont Mickleberry. They both went on to play at Trinity University, but that game was a really fun game there at Todd Field. Childress came out on top of that one, 30-28.
Yeah, so 8-4 season, like I said. This Childress team runners-up in District 1 last year. Of course, they have a tough draw with Canadian in their district. But same thing as the Mustangs. They went in as the 2 seed to the playoffs out of their district. Got an 84-34 win against Littlefield in the by-district round. 636 total yards, 469 yards on the ground. But then in that area round, they ran into Wall. So Shallowater, you run into Piecer, who eventually was the Region 1 champion in 3A Division 1. Wall, they finished 16-0. They were state champs in Division 2. Oh, by the way, because of realignment, they've moved up to 3A Division 1, and that's a team that everybody now in Region 1 will have to look out for in the playoffs.
Right. Mustangs definitely looking to get off to a better start. You touched on it a minute ago, kind of got off to a slow start last year. I really felt like that Canadian game for the Mustangs early in the season is really something you can look back on as a turning point. Tonight, definitely a tough opponent here. Be really nice to get off on the right foot with a win against Childress, especially on the road here to start the season.
Yeah, the Mustangs started 2-3 last year, and then that Canadian game at home, a top 10 team in 3A Division 2. They were undefeated when they came to Shallowater. The Mustangs with a big 52-20 win, and that was the first of 6 in a row before we came here to play Piecer in the area round of the playoffs. And again, Childress had picked up some momentum at the end of last year too. They've got some key guys back from that team, and really, when you look at the rosters on both sides, I said we've got 35 in uniform on each side, 21 seniors for the Mustangs. They returned 7 starters offensively, 6 defensively, and it's almost the same on the other side. 22 seniors for Childress, 8 starters on offense, 7 defense, but different style of football you'll see, and we'll talk a little bit more as we get into that. We may take a quick break here on the First United Bank pregame show, but when we come back, we'll dive a little bit further into the specifics of this matchup between the Mustangs and the Bobcats.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath, one snap, one stand. First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Phillies. You are the spirit of West Texas.
Are you worried that your financial strategy is missing something? Hi, I'm Derek Blair, and our unique combination of licenses and registrations qualifies us to work with all types of retirement strategies, from the simple to the very complex. Imagine one great solution for all your wealth, tax, and estate services needs under one roof. Call us now or scan the QR code for a no-obligation, complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group, plan smarter, climb higher.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney, you're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon. Or we raced the Sea-Doo Sun. And don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
No fence. If your fence has seen better days, nobody but Noble. We'll tear it down and we'll build it right. Nobody but Noble. Customer service with the best. Top quality is what you'll get. Nobody but Noble. Noble fence.
The future starts here in Shallowater ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallowater ISD, in a class of our own.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage, where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday, where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806, or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage, where every bite feels like a victory.
Back on the First United Bank pregame show here on the Shallowater Sports Network. Nathan Riojas with David Blackburn and the rest of the Shallowater Sports Network crew. As always, Jake Warren and Zach Cole doing an amazing job of getting all of the equipment up here and then getting it running. It's never the same, and it's never easy. It's never anything simple about these setups on the road, and Jake and Zach make it work all the time. We appreciate the crew, and
They got Angel on the camera over there.
Yeah, Angel Flores.
And don't forget the new guy.
Yes, and you'll hear from our new sideline reporter, Mr. Russell Jeffcott, is down on the sideline testing his microphone as we speak. So we'll hear from him a little bit later on. I think it's a little bit warmer where he is than where we are up here in the press box. And like you said, Angel already having to move. We had everything set up, went to dinner, and while we were at dinner, we were getting text messages like, hey, when you get back, we're going to need you to move your camera and stuff. So Angel running across the stadium, making it all happen. And speaking of dinner, we want to give a shout out to Edward Jones for picking up the check tonight at dinner. So we had dinner at the Rusty Spur here in Childress. But we appreciate Edward Jones, the costs, the fuel, the food. Every year that we do this, it seems like it gets a little bit more expensive for Shallowater ISD. We appreciate all of our sponsors, and Edward Jones is here picking up the tab when it comes to dinner.
Thank you, Edward Jones, for being our travel sponsor, helping us out here. We were looking at it from the time we left Shallowater to the time we get back tonight. Probably be about an 11-hour day. Nice to have a good meal here before the game. Nathan, we haven't mentioned one of the several unique things about the stadium here in Childress. It runs east-west. Yep. One of the few places you play at where it runs east-west, so neither of the crowds are having to look into the sun, but it'll be interesting on the on some of the kickoffs early on receiving with that sun, glaring right down the middle of the field.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more specific about this game tonight. It is going to be hot out there, and I know if you've seen the news, or if you have a kid in athletics, you know what a wet bulb globe temperature is, and that has been a big factor in everybody's practice schedules. Coach Vincent talking about how we have been getting ready for this. Anyways, that Jeremy Davis and the training staff, they've kind of been ahead of the curve as UIL was testing this out for the last couple of years. But starting August 1st, they were really managing and overseeing your outdoor activities based on what that wet bulb temperature was. And it takes into effect humidity and sunlight, along with wind and solar radiation. Like, it takes whatever that contraption is, measures all of that, and then tells you how much you can practice, how long you can practice, and whether or not you can have full pads or you have to be working out in shorts. So, yeah, a unique setup because we're right across from the rodeo arena, and we saw on social media Childress, they did a little bit of football practice in that rodeo arena because of what we were just talking about, those temperatures and the new UIL mandates to restrict practice when it's that hot outside.
We saw that recently, as Nathan said, indoor arena over there, a dirt arena. As a matter of fact, Jake's pulling it up right there. You do what you've got to when you're trying to get practice in and it's too hot. And we know how hot it's been there in Shallowater, and if you ever watch the weather and look up toward Childress, you can usually add a few degrees to our temperature. And so you can imagine what it's been like up here. So making the best of the situation here were the Bobcats.
All right, now offensively, these two teams, I feel like we're going to see very contrasting styles. One of the things that Coach Vincent talked about was the football IQ of this team. I think that is a product of these guys being in the system their entire athletic careers in Shallowater. He just said they're moving faster sooner, that they're picking it up, because it's one of those things you see as you get later into the year, but these guys picking it up really fast. Mustangs are loaded at the skill positions. For Childress, very run-heavy attack. Quick, short pass game, but they'll run the ball a lot tonight, and that's what they would prefer to do, at least. Senior quarterback Cohen Galligan, he'll run and scramble some, but they've got a senior field. They've got a senior field backfield tonight, and defensively, Mustangs, a lot of lateral speed. They play good assignment football every year. It'll be important to tackle tonight. Some of those running backs for Childress can get off and running. You don't want to let them get too far past the line of scrimmage, because they're downfield runners. They run a 4-2-5 defense, big defensive tackles. Be interested to see if the Mustangs can get off the edge. They're aggressive, and maybe the Mustangs can catch them over pursuing. I think we might have Russell for our first segment.
I think Jake's got Russell for our first on-field report.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a warm one today. Jeremy said he hopes that he has enough water for him tonight. Good thing is there's a breeze down here. It's not as hot as I thought it would be, but there's a breeze down here. And these boys are ready to go.
All right, thank you, sir. It's good to hear from Russell down there. We'll try to use him as much as we can. Hopefully he can stay cool. I bet he'll be up here at halftime to cool off a little bit. But it's going to be a little while before the sun goes down. And aside from the heat, pretty nice day. It is weird to have an east-west orientation for the field, so somebody late second quarter is going to be looking right into the sun before we head into the locker room at halftime. But again, this should be a lot of fun. Today's Zia Power Sports player spotlight of the game. We start with one of Shallowater's 21 seniors, and we start at the top of the roster, number 1, Cash McCravey, the spotlight player of the game tonight.
Yeah, Cash, another one of those guys, hard to believe. Seemed like he was just a sophomore the other day. Now here he is, the start of his senior year. Cash, as you mentioned, one of those seniors here on the football team, but also he's a multi-sport athlete, plays on the baseball team as well. Great to see Cash out there early in his career. He dealt with some injury issues and has rebounded from that and has really come on. And we expect him to be a big part of the Mustang football team this year. And expect to see him in a wide receiver role. Also plays a defensive back.
Yeah, one of those guys just where the Mustangs are loaded with depth at the skill positions. They can run a lot of different guys out there. I think we're going to see some big play potential from the Mustangs this year offensively, and part of that because Logan Wynn moving to quarterback, he's going to have his hands on the ball in every play. And one of the fun parts about tonight is we just don't know what that's going to look like yet. How much we know he can run, and we know he's dangerous in the open field. How often will he take off and run? Will they use him with design runs? We're kind of waiting to see, but he's been electric on kick and punt returns his whole career, and just excited to see what Logan does now, moving from that wide receiver position into quarterback. And so far in what we've seen in scrimmages, at least, seems to have a pretty good connection with Micah Blackshear and his other wide receivers. Micah has made some big plays in these scrimmages so far. He's already building a little bit of a highlight reel. He had a big spin move and yards after the catch for a touchdown against Roosevelt, a one-handed grab on the sideline against Muleshoe. And so not only does he look pretty slippery out on the edge, but he also is getting some separation and just getting behind people. He's caught some long passes down the sideline, so interested to see. And those guys have really good chemistry on the basketball court. Be fun to watch them this year on the football field.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it. No lack of depth there in the skill positions for the Mustangs. And just going back to Logan, he's been on the varsity since he was a sophomore, playing multiple different positions, got a little bit of quarterback duty and mop-up situations. Big shoes to fill, stepping in for Cooper Martin, who was a multi-year starter in that position, but a guy that not only is skilled athletically, but a tremendous competitor, and I look for him to be somebody that the Mustangs use to put a lot of pressure on a defense.
And on the other side, we mentioned Cohen Galligan. He returns as a senior starter, one of those guys that will, when he does throw the ball, they'll rely a little bit more on their short, quick pass game. But he will run the football, both design runs, but also when they drop back to pass, he's always a threat to take off. He's got a trio of running backs behind him that all seem to run the same way. They're all decisive downhill runners. And it starts with senior number 24, Jamie Estrada. They've got another senior, Cruz Keys. He'll be wearing number 31 tonight. And then Max Rave, number 28. He's a junior, but all three of those guys run downhill, and they can all catch the ball coming out of the backfield too. So I think their recipe for success tonight, the Bobcats, will be keeping that running game going and keeping the Shallowater offense off the field. As explosive as the Mustangs can be, if they can control the clock and limit the amount of touches for the Mustangs, they might be able to keep themselves in this game.
Exactly right. On the Mustang side, they maybe not as much size up front as we've seen out of recent teams, but some guys that can really cause some disruption up there. I noticed that when you and I were at that scrimmage against Muleshoe, Nathan. Mustangs just really seem to be disruptive and fly to the ball. And as you mentioned, Bobcats probably looking to run first. If Mustangs can make them get out of that run game, could be a long night for the Bobcats offensively.
Yeah, that brings us right into RD's keys to the game. One of our favorite segments of this First United Bank pregame show. RD's got a key to everything on campus, and tonight his keys to the game, really what you might tell anybody playing the first varsity football game. Just trust your preparation, trust the process a little bit, to use all the coach speak. Trust the process, and now it's time to go have fun. Don't think too much about it. Just go out and do your job. Make sure that you're not trying to do too much. Let the guy next to you do his job, you do yours, and everything will be just fine. And then we talked about the heat, and the reason we mentioned that is because they haven't been practicing in it. No one's been able to get out really in the heat of the day and do much. And so how do you handle practicing in the morning? Of course, it's already 80 degrees outside when you get up, but how are you going to handle this? Of course, when it's 100 degrees on the field, it's probably closer to like 120. So how do you handle that? What's that summer conditioning like, and how are you going to feel when you get into the later stages of this game?
And I love it. RD's keys to the game there. Do your job. He keeps it simple, just take care of business out there. I can just hear RD saying that. Captains are out there shaking hands, getting ready for the coin toss. This year for the Mustangs, 5 senior captains. Looks like number 3, Micah Blackshear, number 4, Cruz Dixon, number 5, Logan Wynn, 7, Connor Shires, and 22, Blaze Jeter.
So we will keep an eye on this coin toss, and while we do, I think Russell may have something else for us.
Pre-game workout I've ever seen, and just told him, keep it simple. And then when Logan Wynn walked through the gate over here, he looked at me and said, you ready for this show? So these boys are ready to roll.
All right, we appreciate having Russell down there. That's going to be a lot of fun. He's already jumping in. We were talking before the game, and he told me, he said, don't turn me loose. And I said, yeah, we're turning you loose. You tell us. Anytime you want to say something, you let us know. So Russell already chimed in a little bit. We love it as we get ready for the national anthem here on Charlie Johnson Field. We'll mute the mic and honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Just about ready for kickoff to this 2026 football season, and it sounds like, from what Russell said, it sounds like the Mustangs are feeling pretty good tonight, pretty confident. And this is the fun part. You get up early every morning and you beat up on each other all fall practice long, and now it's time to go hit somebody else. And it's not just a scrimmage. This one counts. The non-district opener for the Mustangs. They will receive the first half kickoff, and it looks like we've got Micah Blackshear and Blaze Jeter back around the 5-yard line kicking, because we were kind of curious about what we would see on special teams, because you don't get a lot of that in the scrimmages. It looks like Jeter and Blackshear back deep. We've also got Luke Martinez and Easton Foster, it looks like, kind of the up back. They're at the 15, Micah and Blaze at the 5. Number 45, Juan Yibra, kicking off. And he was in warm-ups before the game. He was put it 5 yards deep in the end zone. So see if Micah and Blaze have an opportunity here, and Blaze will let it go over his head for a touchback. And already a little bit of chippiness out around the 30-yard line as we get our first look at Logan Wynn leading this Shallowater offense.
Yeah, and he put the kick right where you said, Nathan, right where he was hitting it during warm-ups, about 5 yards deep. Mustangs don't try to bring it out. They'll start on their own 25.
moving west to east here, right to left on your television screen. And we start out with 4 wide receivers. Easton Foster starts in the backfield. He's got that pitch right side, some room to run out near the 33, 34-yard line, so it'll set up a 2nd and short for the Mustangs.
Room to run out there. Nice hard finish by Foster. 9-yard gain on the first play of the game. Mustangs getting back to the line quickly. I'll introduce the linemen here when we get to take a breather.
3 wide receivers near side. Micah Blackshear, the lone receiver, top of the screen. Quick out to Micah. Gets away from the first tackle out to the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Mustangs.
Starting up front, starting with left tackle, number 51, Juan Martinez. Left guard, 65, Juan Alonzo. Starting at center, number 70, C.C. Vinzor. 64 at right guard, that's Jet Smith. And 66 at right tackle, that's Truett Vaughn. And we had a Mustang get his helmet pulled off on that to play. That was 65 Alonzo. He'll come off the field for a play.
Logan rolling out to his left, has Guajardo on the sideline and just off target. But a good sign early as Guajardo was open over here on the near side.
Yeah, that's number 55. That's going to be Adrian Ortiz stepping in at that left guard position here.
Well, and I said the Mustangs moving right to left on your screen. I forgot Angels on the other side of the stadium, so it's actually left to right over there. There's McCravey, spotlight player of the game, breaks a tackle and gets into Childress territory.
The head linesman over here, he saw the hand on the face mask. It looks like we should be tacking 15 yards onto the end of the play after an already nice catch and run.
So McCravey not wasting any time getting into the action, and they'll enforce that 15-yard penalty from the Childress 45, so they're going to be right down to the 30-yard line. And we talked a little bit about special teams, not knowing exactly what we were going to see from a return perspective, but two options at kicker. They're right inside the 30. That's where Braden Swanson was warming up on this end of the field before the game. 4 wide receivers again. This time rolling out to his right, gets it out to McCravey again. McCravey dropped it. Had it for a second. I thought he caught it between his legs, actually, but it looked like it hit the turf.
Yeah, a little RPO there. The Bobcat defender was right on that one. Official rules that it was incomplete.
Well, it feels like he might be setting him up short here for a little double move or a stop and go. This time a keeper for Logan. Cuts it back up inside the tackles. He's got a couple of yards, but it'll be 3rd and about 8.
Logan loses a shoe on the play there, trying to get his foot back in there as he walks up the line of scrimmage, calls the play.
4 wide receivers, that's Guajardo, McCravey, Dixon, and Blackshear out wide. Easton Foster stays in the backfield with Wynn.
Childress showing a lot of defensive looks. Started out and looked like a cover 2. Now they're filling the box.
Quick pitch out to Foster, and he got tripped up outside. It's going to be 4th and about 2. Mustangs are in field goal range, but it looks like we're going for it all the way right here.
Yeah, no hesitation there. A little personnel change here. McCravey comes out. That's number 19. That's Alex Moravec coming in, sophomore, number 19.
And now substitutions on the line for Childress.
Still plenty of time on the play clock, about 10 seconds now.
4th and 2. Foster, left side, has it by about a yard. He needed 2, and it looks like he got 3. So they move into the red zone, and they'll have a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, nice push over on that left side over there behind Alonzo and Martinez. Alonzo comes out again. The helmet came off again. Second time he's had to leave the game for a helmet coming off. 55, that's Adrian Ortiz comes back in again. Second time we've seen him in there in that position.
Logan under some pressure, right sideline, just throws it away. lives to see another down. Good pressure from that defensive line of Childress so far. You mentioned some big bodies up there. It's hard to tell when you're looking on film, especially at a scrimmage, but they've got some big guys, and right there they were able to get Logan off his spot.
Yeah, chasing Logan out of the pocket. Good decision by Logan, getting rid of that one, not trying to force anything.
That's Guajardo in motion, another pitch to Foster. He's got the ball inside the 15. They're going to mark him right at the 15-yard line. So another 3rd and long here coming for the Mustangs.
Yeah, about a 3-yard gain there, just a little room, not much there, closed in a hurry. Foster ducks his head and gets what he can on it. Mustangs once again not huddling up, just going to the line of scrimmage, getting the play in. Single back in the backfield's Foster.
Rolling out to his left. He's got Guajardo on the sideline. Nice footwork to keep his feet in bounds. He is right at the line to gain, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 6, it looks like.
Yeah, nice awareness of the sideline, as you mentioned, getting his toes in. Big time throw, big time catch. Mustangs are set up 1st and goal, and they are going to mark that right about the 6-yard line.
Nice look on that renewed collision instant replay from Angel. Here's a pitch out to Jeter. Jeter has his helmet ripped off, and they continue to pile on.
Yeah, got a flag on the far side over there, Nathan. Can't tell if that was going to be a pre-snap foul, offsides, illegal procedure type thing, or if there's something else happening.
Face mask on the defense.
Which explains why the helmet came off and why Jeter's going to get to stay in. So the difference there, he had his helmet removed on a face mask penalty, so he gets to stay in the game. And so Mustangs now set up half the distance, 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Jeter in the backfield. Moravec as an up back. Going in the corner to Micah Blackshear. Another flag in the end zone, and the Mustangs might get another half the distance penalty right here. All right, Russell, what do you got for us? We're going down to Mr. Jeff Cott.
I think that's going to be on us. Micah had his guy's collar there. And this turf, guys, I don't know how old this turf is, but it's pretty slick out here if you see some guys tripping. It's pretty, not real tall out here. But Micah did grab him right there.
All right, so offensive pass interference will move the Mustangs back out to the 12-yard line. Still 1st down, but it'll be 1st and goal. From there, they spread it out. Logan rolling to his right, looking for Micah again. No, that's Cruz. Pass broken up by number 16. That's Dathan Hassel, one of Childress' seniors, to keep Cruz from pulling in that touchdown.
Just gets a hand on Cruz there at the right time, redirects him.
Cruz got some separation initially and got his hands on it. He's looking right back into the sun, though. And you wonder if that had anything to do with that. 2nd and goal now. Quick pitch to Jeter. Blaze gets the edge, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10, around the 7. See where they spot him. So it looks like 3rd and goal now from the 7.
Yeah, good yardage there. Still a fair amount to go. They are going to go ahead and spot it at the 7 there. That 15-yard offensive pass interference had pushed the Mustangs back to the 18-yard line. So they've gained 11, but it was a goal-to-go situation.
Rolling out to his right. Back of the end zone. He's got Micah Blackshear for the first touchdown of the season. Big 3rd down conversion, and the Mustangs are on the board.
Nice job by Logan Wynn that time, rolling to his right, buying a little time. If you're a defender back there, it's hard to stay on a receiver that long. It gives Micah time to break loose. Logan spots him, throwing a catch, and the Mustangs are on the board first here. And this is going to be number 15, Braden Swanson, in for the extra point try.
Swanson's extra point Was flirting with that right upright, but it is good. And with 7:42 left to play, Mustangs with a 7-0 lead.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo Surrey, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney, you're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
All right, welcome back to Childress. We're going to go down quickly before kickoff here to Russell Jeffcott.
Yeah, after that touchdown there, I just learned there's supposed to be a 2-minute water break because of the heat down here. Flanagan told his lineman, he said, take a breath, we're going to have a 2-minute break because it's so hot up here. So I guess that must be something new with the new rules about the heat.
All right. Good stuff from down on the field. Russell Jeffcott, new sideline reporter. Apparently we're going to have a water break here in the next couple of minutes. Swanson has it teed up. The Mustangs go 75 yards in their opening drive. Short kick. Handled well by number 80, but he is popped just north or just west of the 30-yard line. But a big hit there as Creedon Bell fields the kickoff, and now the first look at Childress's offense under Cohen Gilligan.
For the Mustangs defensively up front, you got 40, Tate Dodd, 70, CC Vinzor, number 66, that's Truett Vaughn, and looks like that's going to be number 50, Paxton Shockey. So we see a couple of Mustang linemen that are starting both on offense and defense. We'll talk about the rest of the defense momentarily.
Pretty favorable spot right there at the 35-yard line where they start. Here's a run right side. And a good first down run. They're going to give him 11 yards and a first down. That's number 24, Jamie Estrada.
And 25, Jared Vigil on the tackle. One of the Mustang linebackers, also 22, Blaise Jeter, another linebacker.
Straight keeper left side and a couple yards, but not a whole lot going there for Galligan.
In the secondary on the corners, you got Micah Blackshear. He'll be on the near side, camera side, number 7, Connor Shires on the far side. Safeties are 17. It's going to be Easton Foster and number 4, Cruz Dixon. And got number 20, Manning Mitchell in there. Also, he's more of a linebacker position.
3 wide receivers now back in motion, settles in the backfield. Again, and this time wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, a loss of 2.
50, Paxton Shockey gets him by the ankles and gets an assist from a couple of other Mustangs, and negative yards there is going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and about 9 here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I said loss of 2, but it's a loss of 1. So like you said, 3rd and 9. The ball spotted right at the 47-yard line, but a chance for the Mustangs to try to get off the field. Nice look on that renewed collision instant replay. As you saw ball carrier get forced back inside and give Shockey a chance to make that play. Shockey, the end on the far side of your camera. Take Dodd, the end nearest to you. A little check with me here from Galligan.
Got to delay a game on the Bobcats. Going to back them up 5 more.
Well, it was 3rd and long, and now 3rd and 14.
Little light wind, as we mentioned, the field runs east-west. Wind just barely moving the flag. Probably not much of an impact, but it is more of a crosswind than anything out of the south, maybe southeast.
Galligan looking into the sun, but his wide receivers looking back at him shouldn't be a problem. He does drop back to pass. He's going deep down the left side. Blackshear in coverage. And a nice pass break up there from Micah Blackshear. He was looking down the left side for Creedon Ball.
Yep. Micah running step for step with him. Good coverage. And we'll see the first punt of the game, and it's going to be the Bobcats lining up to punt. We got the same punter that they use as kicker. That's number 45. Yebra, pardon me.
Yeah, well,
Yebra.
I mean, that's my best guess too. But and again, he looked pretty good in warm-up. Cruz Dixon is back to return for the Mustangs. Cruz calls for a fair catch at the 22-23, and that's where the Mustangs will start their second drive. They went 75 yards on that opening drive, and here's our first Noble Fence defensive stand of the year.
Yes, sir. Good job by the defense there. Gave up a little yardage early in the drive, but then forced a negative play, and then a penalty put the Bobcats in a 3rd and long position, and Mustangs forced the punt.
They'll get the ball back with 5:37 left to play in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers on the far side of your screen. A quick pass out to Guajardo. Gavin stood up near the line of scrimmage and then pushed back. Waiting for him to spot it. He's going to give him 1 yard out to the 24.
A little quick pass trying to break something there. Nothing doing. Pretty well defended by Childress.
4 wide receivers, 2 on each side for Wynn. Looking again, quick pass out to McCravey. McCravey wrapped up on the sideline. They're going to spot him at the 31-yard line. So the Mustangs will need 3 more yards to pick up a first down here on 3rd down. I think we're setting them up with that short pass game. We're going to take a shot here in a second. Just trying to draw those DBs up a little bit. Pre-snap penalty. It looks like this one will probably go against the Mustangs.
And that is the indication. That'll back the Mustangs up 5 yards. So instead of 3rd and 1, it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. 5:01 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs leading it 7-0. This is their second possession of the game here. Trying to convert here on 3rd and 6.
Foster picking up the blitz. Cruz Dixon down the seam. Hauls it in. He's in Childress territory. Not going for the tackle. They're just trying to strip the ball away from him. He takes it down to the Childress 33-yard line. A big conversion and a strike thrown there by Logan Wynn.
Yeah, nice throw and catch. Wynn to Dixon there. Dixon comes down with it, has a couple of Bobcats that he drug along with him, and picks up some nice yardage. Mustangs able to overcome the illegal procedure penalty, and now we're going to have a stoppage in play. We got a Childress Bobcat down. He was part of that mob tackle. A little shaken up.
Yeah, I think that's Creedon Bell. We've seen him a few times tonight. He's the one that fielded the kickoff, and then he was the intended receiver on the left side down there on Childress's 3rd down before they ended up punting the ball. And I don't know, maybe this will serve as the water timeout. Everybody getting a break. Again, they haven't practiced out in this heat all year long. They've been practicing in the morning. At least you're not supposed to. I mean, across the state, everybody's supposed to limit practice when it's this hot outside. And I think based on what you see on the weather, I don't think there's been very many people in the state that have been able to practice in the afternoons or the evenings. It's affecting everybody, too. You hear Coach Buckner talk about their cross-country schedule. It's messing with everybody.
Bell's able to get up under his own power and head over to the sideline.
So now 1st and 10 from the 33. Foster left side, picks up a few. They're going to stop right at the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down from there.
Got a new face on the line up there at right. That's the right guard there. That's number 62, Britt Pruitt, in there now at right guard.
Logan looking down the field over Moravic's head. And again, you know, you talk about it like Logan is not looking into the sun, but all of his receivers turning around looking back at him sure are. And that's just going to get worse. It really hasn't started setting yet. But maybe when we flip for the 2nd quarter, Childress will have to deal with that as we head into the locker room.
Mustangs similar position as they were earlier in the drive. This time 3rd and 7. We'll see if they can convert again.
3 wide receivers. He's looking out to his right side. He's got Cruz Dixon. Cruz picks up the 1st down. A couple of nice blocks out there on the edge from his wide receiver crew.
1st down yardage and a couple to spare there. Mustangs do convert another 3rd down.
Micah Blackshear and Cash McCravey, the spotlight player of the game, both of those guys doing their job, like RD said, getting that block, allowing Cruz to pick up the yardage for the 1st down.
Mustangs still in that 4 wide out set. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side this time. Single back is Foster next to Wynn.
Little option look, and Logan tried to split defenders and ends up getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Gonna mark him back about a 3-yard loss, looks like. Brings up 2nd down, 13 to go.
I don't remember seeing this option look in any of our scrimmages, so this is something new that we're seeing. That's a dangerous combo right there in the backfield. Foster gets running downhill. They fake it to Foster, now looking to his left. Logan takes a shot, throws it up to Blackshear, and Blackshear doesn't have a chance.
That's actually McCravey over there, and he tried to turn and adjust, and one of the Bobcats ran into him. We got 2 flags thrown by 2 different officials. They're looking the way of the Bobcat defender, and the preliminary signal is going to be defensive pass interference, so that's a big-time penalty there that's going to put the Mustangs in really nice field position with another 1st down. Yeah, that was McCravey, our spotlight player of the game again, and tried to adjust to the ball but didn't have a chance to do it as the defender ran into him.
When you look at that replay too, you kind of right off screen, you don't see Logan took a big shot right there, right under his rib protectors, it looked like.
And now here's a little different look. You got Dixon lined up as quarterback, and Wynn is in the slot on what'll be the near side for the viewers.
Straight keeper for Dixon, and he is hit pretty hard too, right inside the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 9.
Yeah, that one didn't go anywhere. A lot of personnel changes coming in here. We'll see what the Mustangs have in store as we see some guys coming in here on offense we haven't seen. I see number 40 Dodd coming in, 25 V-Hill. That's number 8. That's Jordan Revilla.
Foster now looks like he's going to take the snap with Revilla in the backfield.
Come on, boys.
Got Gavin White to the right side of that line too. Straight run to the right. Foster head of steam near the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 1. And quickly back to the line of scrimmage. So a power look out of this Wildcat formation.
Yeah.
Revilla getting the play call, and he's coming back. They're going to stick with that package there for 3rd and goal.
Yeah, different personnel package, some bigger bodies in there.
Foster under center, quarterback sneak. and he is in for touchdown number 2. The Mustangs with a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, Mustangs just blast it right up the middle. They get the surge at the line of scrimmage. The Mustangs are on the board for the second time here in the first quarter. 13-0 is the score. Extra point to come. This will be number 15, Braden Swanson, on again.
Flag on the far side. There was some movement before the snap. And it looks like an offsides call.
Yep, snap, hold, and kick were all good, and going to have a penalty on the Bobcats. Mustangs will decline that one. Another point on the board expands the Mustang lead 14-0. A minute 48 to go in the first quarter.
We will be back with more Mustang football right after this on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Are you unleashing the possibilities of your assets in retirement? Hi, I'm Derek Blair, founder and president of Caprock Financial Group. As a financial planner and investment professional here in Lubbock, Texas, I've spent over 14 years helping retirees and pre-retirees create cohesive plans aiming to maximize their assets in retirement. Call now or scan the QR code to schedule a complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
We're back at Charlie Johnson Field, Fair Park Stadium in Childress. The Mustangs lead 14-0. They've taken both of their first quarter drives right down the field. The first drive, 75 yards, capped off by a 7-yard touchdown pass from Logan Wynn to Micah Blackshear. Pass interference penalty. Cash McCravey in the end zone, moving Mustangs down the field. They go 77 yards, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run from Easton Foster. Mr. Rodeo gets in the end zone, and here's another short kickoff. This one's gonna go out of bounds. So it'll be good starting field position again for the Bobcats on their second possession of the night.
Yeah, not what the Mustangs were looking for on that one. Jump out to a 14-0 lead. You want to pin them deep and keep playing defense. The Bobcats will get some pretty good field position here to start as they mark that one up to the 36.
I believe that's an extra 5 yards from where it goes out of bounds. And again, Galligan leading his senior-heavy offense back out on the field. They need to do some work here as we wind down this first quarter. He goes screen pass outside, incomplete. It looked like Coach Vincent wanted to return that one himself.
He wanted him to give it a try, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looked like the Bobcats trying a little quick screen, a little slip screen out there. Receiver number 20, unable to hold on to it, brings up second down and 10. Defensive change for the Mustangs. That's number 8. That's Jordan Revere up front on the defensive line, opposite Tate Dodd. Got Truett Vaughn and CC Vinzor up there with those guys.
Handoff right side. Dodd making a bounce outside, and then he finishes the play. One of a few Mustangs to get out there and chase number 24, Jamie Estrada, out of bounds, but a nice 4-yard gain to make it third and manageable.
Third down, 6 to go for the Bobcats. Good pursuit by the Mustangs. Looked like they might have him bottled up. He squirts outside, but the Mustangs pursue him and limit the yardage to that 4-yard gain. Bobcats taking a little more time now. Huddle as they break the huddle with 15 on the play clock.
Stacked over here on the right side as they have motion back to the left. Play action pass. He's gonna keep it, but nowhere to go. He picked up 2, and he's gonna be a few yards short of the first down. The Mustangs forcing another punt situation for Childress.
Good job by the Mustang linebackers. I believe that was Jeter coming up in there and preventing him from picking up any additional yardage. Mustangs will play it safe here. They do have Dixon back, but Not necessarily fake punt territory, especially at this point in the game, but Mustangs with several guys off the line of scrimmage.
Saw Manning Mitchell with the contain on that play. He forced that back inside. He actually got the initial hit. He pushed it back into Jeter. They finish up that play. Dixon calls for the fair catch. Mustang's starting field position has not been as good as Childress is, but it hasn't been a problem. They've gone right down the field. And then our second Noble Fitz defensive stand of the game. 2 possessions, 2 punts. That's not a bad start.
Not
for that
bad,
defense.
not bad. To your point, Nathan, this will be the worst starting field position for the Mustangs. They've started, I believe, at the 25, 23, and now 15-yard line.
Just 52 seconds left in the opening quarter.
Mustangs, little different look. 3 wideouts. Back in the backfield is Revilla.
There's that out and up to Guajardo, left sideline. What a catch! Oh, and he couldn't hold on to it as he hit the turf. Nice recovery on the outside by Julian Silva. That was right in front of us. I know the camera's on the opposite side of the field, but that was a nice hands grab by Gavin Guajardo, and as he got wrapped up from behind, he kind of pulled his hands down, and then when he hit the ground, he lost it. Let's see if we get a look on that renewed collision instant replay. He had it, and again, he couldn't brace himself. He's still down on the field. Couldn't brace himself after that catch. It's a good play by Silva because, again, he caught that ball. Guajardo did, but he pulls both of his hands down from behind, got that ball free. Nice recovery, and hopefully Gavin, who's sitting up now, hopefully he just kind of had the breath knocked out of him a little bit.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like you said, he couldn't really brace himself. He's got that ball right underneath him. It's a terrible feeling, but hoping it's just something like that where he can get up here and get going again.
So a little break here in the action as Jeremy Davis and the Shallowater trainers had to run all the way across the field to get to Gavin. Again, that's right in front of us where we're at, but on the opposite side of the field from where Angel is with the camera.
Pass was right on the money. Guajardo had the catch, so it's a pretty good defensive play by the Bobcat defender to strip the ball loose, and looks like that's going to be the case with Guajardo as he's walking off, getting him a drink, so maybe just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, that's what you hope for sure. One of the senior leaders on this team, and one of those skill players that Coach Vincent has been so excited about this year. Just loaded at the skill position the Mustangs are. He's a threat as big as anybody to take the top off the defense and get down the field.
Yeah, as he comes off, that's number 11. That's Brooks Rowan coming in to take his spot. We got some other new faces in the game. As I mentioned, in the backfield, that's number 8, Revilla back there.
Revilla gets a handoff. Not a lot of room up the middle. The strength of this Childress team right there at that defensive tackle position.
Another new face on the opposite side of Rowan. That's number 9. That's going to be Luke Martinez at the wideout. He's on the near the Shallowater sideline.
So 3rd and long, deep in their own territory. There's only 15 seconds left in the game clock. And you wonder, it looks like they're getting the pause from the sideline. Sideline's telling them to hold up. 5 seconds on the game clock. And it looks like we're going to take it to the second quarter. 14-0 as we head to the second. It was all Mustangs in the first. We'll be right back. We'll start the second quarter on the Shallowater Sports Network.
No, go fence. If your fence has seen better days, nobody but Noble. We'll tear it down and we'll build it right. Nobody but Noble. The customer service with the best. Top quality is what you'll get. Nobody, nobody, nobody.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo last summer, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
Welcome back to Childress, 3rd and 8 from the Mustang 17-yard line to start this second quarter. That switching into the field gave the Mustangs some time to talk about that play call. We'll see what they come up with here. Revilla in the backfield with Logan Wynn, 3 wide receivers to his right. It's now McCravey goes in motion. Rolling out to his right. He's looking deep for Blackshear. Micah on the sideline. Did he step out? Spins back into the field of play, and he's pushed out of bounds near the 40. Big 3rd down conversion all the way out to the 40-yard line for Micah and the Mustangs.
Right at the 40. Nice play call. Nice throw and catch again. Good to see Gavin Gajardo's back out there. He's one of the wideouts. He's going to be on the near side on your television there, or your screen rather.
Revilla right side of that offensive line, but not a lot of room. They're going to say no gain on the play. Spot it right at the 40. It'll be 2nd and 10. So I think pretty good performance from that defensive front. I think if you're Childress, I think you're happy with where they're at. Playing a bigger school like Shallowater, they're holding their own in the trenches so far. Some fresh bodies on that defensive line as we speak. 4 wide again. This time rolling out to his left. Logan targeting Gavin. Skipped it over there to the Shallowater sideline. And now 3rd and 9. So I said no gain. I was looking at the headlinesman on our sideline. The line judge on the other side gave Revilla a yard on 1st down. After the incompletion, though, it's 3rd and 9.
Yep. Mustangs in that typical 4 wide out set. Guajardo and McCravey on the near side of your screen. Moravec and Blackshear on the far side. That's still Revilla in the backfield next to Wynn.
Logan with some time throws it across the middle, and it is incomplete. He was looking for McCravey in Childress territory, but it looks like we're going to see the first punt of the evening from the Mustangs.
Mustangs converted several 3rd downs between their first 2 TD drives. First time they come up short on the 3rd down conversion, and as you mentioned, Nathan, first punt of the day. We'll see Cruz Dixon with the punting duties for the Mustangs this year. Blaze Jeter's the up back.
Cruz looking right into the sun as he takes that snap, but gets it away. High and short punt near Childress' sideline. Actually takes a Childress bounce around the 30, back out to the 35-yard line. So again, good starting field position for quarterback Cohen Galligan and this Childress offense. The first stop that their defense has gotten. Can they reward that effort maybe with their first sustained drive of the game here to start the second quarter?
Mustangs with some other new faces in on defense. That's Moravec playing some defense. We haven't seen him out there defensively yet. Actually, Mustangs are a guy short. Here comes Dodd in. Dodd, Shockey, Vinzer, and Moravec are the front 4. Now we got a
timeout from our sideline. And that's one of those things that you see in this first game of the year. You just maybe some confusion on the sideline about who's supposed to be out there and who's not. And the Mustangs take a timeout. But I think, you can't argue with the Mustangs' offensive performance so far. The first 2 drives go in for 2 touchdowns. And then defensively, you force punts on the first 2 possessions from Childress. But I think even though you're trailing 14-0, I think at the line of scrimmage, you're pretty happy if you're Childress about how you look in the trenches against Shallowater so far.
Yeah, and we'll see as the game goes on, that's going to be a story there. We've talked about the heat also early in the season. we'll see how conditioning has paid off for both teams up there. And so still a lot of football left to play and some hot weather. We're coming up on 740, still showing a temperature 95, and it's warmer than that down on the field.
Galligan from the gun. Quick handoff right side, and nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Blaze Jeter. No, that's Manny Mitchell again.
Yeah, Mitchell comes up and gets him by the ankles and drags him down, and they are going to mark him for about a half-a-yard loss, maybe a full yard. We'll call it 2nd and 11.
Man, I feel like Lance is already mad at me at home because that's the second time. Blaze, though, and Manning look a lot the same out there. Hurdle attempted near the line of scrimmage. He picked up a couple. That's Cade Maldonado.
They'll mark him up to looks like about the 38-yard line. 3rd down, 7 to go. Mustangs looking for another 3rd down stop here, looking for another defensive stand to try to put the ball back in the offense's hands.
This time Childress out of the huddle. Send 3 wide receivers out wide. That's Estrada in the backfield again. Galligan steps up, throws it across the middle. It's intercepted. Micah Blackshear had it, and they're going to tack on a face mask too, as he was maybe thinking about running. He gets pulled down by his face mask. The first turnover of the season belongs to Micah Blackshear and the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice job there. Actually, I was thinking, well, they're giving him too long to throw, but Galligan, nobody open, steps up and tries to force one in there, even with the amount of time he had. And Mustangs get a defensive stand, this time by way of a turnover.
Take a look at this renewed collision instant replay. Micah steps right in front of this, and then you'll see number 12 kind of reach around and pull him down by his face mask. Easy call there for the official. Micah fired up, looking towards that Shallowater sideline.
Noble fence defensive stand by way of penalty, as I mentioned. With the penalty yardage, now the Mustangs with their best starting field position of the night. They're going to spot this one at the 38-yard line of the Bobcats.
And has some time, looking deep, got Dixon across the middle. Cruz hauls it in, he's got it inside the 10-yard line. Childress gets up with the football, and the back judge says Cruz was down.
Yeah, that was a different formation. Had the 4 wideouts, but no back in the backfield. Dixon lined up as a tight end, went up the seam and comes up with a big catch. Bobcat comes away with the ball, but they said he took it away after he was already down.
And I think that's really nice camera work there by Angel Flores on that renewed collision instant replay. We could hear the Childress coaches. They wanted that fumble really bad. When you look at the replay, it looks like he had it on the ground before it was taken away. So good call by that back judge early in their season too. Here's a pitch out to Colton Moyers. Can he get in? They're going to call him down at the 1. Moyers gets his first carry of the year, and it almost went for a touchdown.
Yeah, nice opening over on that right side, and gets stood up right just short of the goal line. Now wholesale changes coming in here. Expect to see that package we saw earlier with some bigger bodies in there.
Foster in at quarterback, and he is under center. Looks like a sneak here coming. He hands it off, but it doesn't go in. That's somebody lined up as a fullback, and they were in so tight. We'll have to see who gets off from the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, it was a handoff there in tight. Now we're.
Did he hand it off? Did he hand it off to Gavin White?
I think that's what I picked up in there. Number 44, Gavin White. I think got the carry on that. So hard to tell from here. A lot of bodies in there.
Well, he was in there. Revilla was right behind him in the backfield, trying to give him a push, and that's where we missed it. I was expecting Evan to try to dive in. Now Logan Wynn back out there. Moyers stays in the backfield with him. Looking in the flat. Is that caught? No. He was looking for Guajardo. A little quick out right inside the goal line.
All right, going to be 4th and goal here.
Down at the 1. Substitution here is McCravey. Gives away to Alex Moravik. No no field goal unit. 4th and goal from the 2. Big moment for the Mustangs to try to make this a 3-score game. Timeout. Coach Vincent comes running out onto the field, calls a timeout. So the Mustangs have used 2 of them now. We're at the 7:53 mark. Colton Moyers, who came in right at the end of that series, almost got into the end zone, and then a nice play from the 1-yard line for Childress. Force this 4th down here.
Yeah, Mustangs with a good scoring opportunity here. See if they can capitalize on it. Already up 14-0. Mustangs offense has moved the ball very well, and the defense has been pitching a shutout so far. Came up with a first turnover of the season to get this drive started. Started the Mustangs off with their best field position of the night. Still looking to try to finish it off here.
We saw an option look from Logan Wynn and Easton Foster so far, or earlier on a couple of drives, and looks like Foster's on the sideline right now, not in that huddle, so may not be out there. I wonder if you go back to that kind of jumbo Wildcat type package with Cruz at quarterback, or do you spread them out and see? It looks like you're going to spread them out. You've got Moyers in the backfield with Logan Wynn. Gavin Guajardo in the slot to Logan's left. Micah Blackshear out wide to his left. In tight is Alex Moravic, excuse me. On the right side, Guajardo motions over. Quick pitch to Moyers. Gets into the end zone. Colton Moyers. His first touchdown of the season, and the Mustangs are up 20-0.
Nice job by Moyers on that one. He hits the hole fast. He's pretty quick back there, and I think that's just what the Mustangs needed there to just outrun the Bobcats to the point of attack there. And Mustangs are on the board again, 20-0, and that's Swanson on again for his 3rd extra point attempt.
Good hold by Cruz Dixon to pick that one up off the turf, and Swanson knocks it through. 7:47 left to play in the first half. The Mustangs are up 21-0. We'll be right back on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Do you ever feel like everyone else understands their money better than you do? You're not alone. Many retirees don't fully understand their risk, their fees, or whether their income will last. That's why we're offering a complimentary retirement review. If you've saved at least $250,000, we'll show you how much risk you're really taking, what you're paying in hidden fees, and how to create a dependable income that can last as long as you do. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. Call now or scan the QR code to schedule your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
We're back in Childress. Nathan Riojas with David Blackburn and the Shallowater Sports Network crew. That time after the Micah Blackshear interception, the Mustangs 5 plays, 38 yards. They get a 2-yard touchdown run from Colton Moyers to cap off that drive. It's 21-0 as Swanson puts the ball back in play, fielded at the 9. Nice return out across the 30. McCravey, spotlight player of the game, trips up the ball carrier for Childress. That was number 28, Max Rabe.
Yeah, Nathan, Mustangs able to capitalize on the turnover. It was looking a bit iffy. Had a 4th down conversion down there, and Mustangs able to put it in the end zone there. And Mustangs obviously with the big lead on the scoreboard here, and a lot of momentum going their way right now. Up front for the Mustangs, that's Shockey, Vaughn, Vinsler, and Dodd. Linebackers, Jeter, Vigil, Mitchell. Corners, Shires and Blackshear. Safeties are Dixon and Foster.
Handoff right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he drives forward for a couple of yards. I believe that was number 24, Jamie Estrada. And
Vinzer's helmet comes off. That's going to be number 64, Jet Smith, coming in to take his place. And number 6, that's going to be Witten Kincaid coming in to give Foster a break at one of the safety positions.
Looked like Vinzer was in on that tackle.
Mustangs with multiple players playing both sides of the ball. We're seeing quite a few substitutions trying to keep guys fresh out there.
Pass out in the flat. Good open field tackle.
That's Kincaid.
Yeah, come right into the game. They call his number. He makes a nice open field tackle. It'll set up 3rd and 5 now from the 40.
Yeah, Kincaid comes up from the safety position and gets him by the ankles there. As Nathan mentioned, 3rd and 5 now. 6:40 and counting in the second quarter. Mustangs leading at 21-0.
It's Jordan Williams in the backfield. I think I mixed up 24 and 34 earlier. That's Williams, 34 in the backfield. That was a fastball out short as Galligan was looking for Cruz Keys, and Keys just couldn't handle that. He was open, maybe had a little bit of room to work right at the line to gain, but instead it's going to be 4th and 5.
Yeah, Childress with the 4th and 5 from their own 40, bringing some personnel on. Looks like the punt team coming out there. Dixon will go back to return it for the Mustangs.
Cruz looking right into the sun, and the sun is setting now over to the west, so be a factor for a few more minutes here. Good high punt. Cruz calls for a fair catch and fields it at his own 27-yard line. So the Mustangs will take over there. 6:13 left to play in the first half. Another Noble Fence defensive stand. That's 4 in a row now for the Mustangs. And just not a lot going for Childress offensively. They've done pretty well at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, I feel like they've gotten some pressure on Logan. They've done a pretty good job of handling the run, but offensively just not able to get a lot of push for their run game.
Yeah, Mustangs with a chance to add another one here. As we've got about 6:13 to go before half. We'll see what kind of personnel they come out with here. See number 62, Brick Pruitt, in the game on the line up there next to Vaughn. Pruitt at right guard, Vaughn at right tackle. 64, Smith, center. Now we're going to have a timeout by the Mustangs before we can get rolling. Took the Mustangs a minute to get off the sideline, and they'll burn a timeout and keep from getting a delay penalty on them.
And that was their last one. They've used all 3 of them in this first half, but again, some of those things that you kind of expect in the first game of the season. First live action, some of these substitutions, especially as many substitutions as they've had. We've seen a few different formations offensively. We've seen a couple guys taking snaps as the quarterback. So they're moving a lot of guys around. And like you said, especially on the line of scrimmage, trying to keep those guys fresh. Childress is doing the same thing. But with that, especially in the first game of the year, comes a little bit of confusion on the sideline, and we've used all 3 timeouts now. Kind of sticking with that theme, you got Blaise Jeter lining up in the backfield next to Logan as we get ready for 1st and 10. Logan has some time. He's looking deep right side for Moravik. Moravik was getting held up. That left arm was pinned down there by number 10, Dylan Moore, but I don't know if it just wasn't enough contact or if maybe he was saying it was uncatchable. Let's take a look at this replay. Logan puts a lot of air under it. Just not able to get his right hand on the football.
Now we'll see number 6, Witten Kincaid, come in at a wide out. Saw him defensively on the last drive. He's on the far side of your screen.
Pitch out to Jeter, cuts it back inside the tackle. Some tough yards after contact, still moving his feet, and he's got a first down. Tough run for Blaise Jeter. A little bit of help from his friends on the offensive line too.
We saw some of that from Jeter in the scrimmage. He's got good speed, but he does a really good job of keeping his legs moving, and we saw it pay off there as he converts the first down. Mustangs on their 39-yard line, another different formation here. A couple of wideouts on the near side of your screen. Dixon at a tight end, and that's Moravec next to him.
It was Juan Martinez, the first offensive lineman there to get some help. Flag in the air, free play maybe. Logan went down the seam for Guajardo.
I think we had an issue here. I think Moravec should have been off the line of scrimmage over here on this side. He lined up on the line. And they're actually, it's a legal shift is what they're going with.
So right now, Childress coaching staff trying to decide if we want to take that penalty or not. They are going to move it back. So like you said, maybe either wasn't set or may have been covering up an eligible receiver.
Yeah, because couldn't tell if because Dixon was inside of him and they were both on the line there. Regardless, it's going to set the Mustangs back 5 yards. It's still going to be first down though. Moyer's in the backfield. McCravey comes on late, wide out on the near side of your screen.
And if Childress was ready to substitute, they probably could have forced another penalty there. Logan gets out of trouble, running to his right, and just carries it out of bounds. Gets back near the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him out at the 33. So they do move it back 1 yard, a loss of 1. And now 2nd and 16. It does, yeah, I was gonna say, stops the clock at 5:21.
2nd and long for the Mustangs, 4 wideouts again.
Some extra communication there on the offensive line. Pruitt and Jet Smith talking a little bit. Trying to set up a screen. Childress blows it up, and Logan's got to just throw it away. Actually, nice catch on the sideline. He was out of bounds. Dylan Moore was. Good hands. Nice job by Childress to disrupt that play. And now 3rd and 16 coming for the Mustangs again. With 5:13, it stops the clock.
Yeah.
It'll give Childress a little bit of time before the half to try to do something here if they can get off the field.
Yeah. Last 2 plays, just nothing going, kind of blown up before they got started there. See if the Mustangs can do something here on this 3rd and long situation.
Logan had some time, leaves the pocket. There's a flag down in the backfield. It gets out across the 40. They're going to mark him out at the 42, but that area of the field usually indicates a hold, and that's the initial signal from the white hat. Holding is declined, so they will let that run. He picked up about 8 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 8, but they declined the penalty to get to 4th down. And the Mustangs will send the punt team out. Cruz Dixon is going to punt. And again, back deep for Childress. That's number 80, Creedon Ball. Creedon is standing at his own 12-yard line right now. Clock running, under 5 minutes to play. Remember, the Mustangs got the opening kickoff, so Childress will get it to start the 3rd quarter. Cruz, this one a good punt, end over end, fielded around the 20-yard line, but gets out of his hands. Good job by Ball to get back on it. It took a pretty good lick from Gavin White, who was down there covering that punt.
Yeah, they're going to spot that ball, it looks like, on about the 16-yard line. So Mustangs will pin the Bobcats back deep here. 4:33 now to go before halftime.
Gavin got down there. If he had taken a better bounce, maybe if he had bounced forward instead of backwards, Gavin might have had a chance to get on that, but instead, Ball recovers it. And again, this is where, if you're Childress, you've got to have something positive here to end this first half. Starting at their own 17. Handoff right side again, just not much going. Turned inside by Easton Foster and then cleaned up. Some good backside pursuit.
They're going to mark him ahead about 2 yards. Brings up second down, 8 to go. Sun still setting over in the west, just barely peeking over the horizon. Most of the stadium is shaded now at this point.
I believe that was Paxton Shockey from his in position chasing down that play from behind. Here's a good bounce outside. Easton Foster coming up to help Manning Mitchell with that tackle. That'll move the sticks. A good carry there for Jamie Estrada.
One of the longer plays of the game for the Bobcats. Decent gain there. Gets them a first down up to the 29-yard line. A lot of time here.
Some time to throw, looking for ball deep. Connor was there and breaks that one up. Connor Shires.
Yeah, step for step with the wide out there. Played the ball well. Nice job.
You heard me talk in that first United Bank pregame show about this short, quick pass game, and now the second time that we've seen Childress take a deep shot.
Yeah, and he's getting time back there. You know,
yeah.
Good coverage by Shires there, but quarterback's having time for those receivers to get downfield on the deeper routes.
Quick pass outside. Micah and Cruz Dixon not letting that play go anywhere. Micah kind of tripped him up, slowed him down, and Cruz was there to finish it off. Push the wide receiver out of bounds.
They keep the clock running. They say forward progress was stopped. They're going to mark that right at the 30, about a half a yard gain. Clock just over 3 minutes to go here in the half.
We saw Jordan Revilla and Blaise Jeter get there to help Cruz finish off that play, 3rd and long, under 3 minutes to play. Galligan again with time, goes outside and finds his receiver for a first down right at the 40-yard line. So they needed 9 and they got 10. It's number 15, Benton Sims on the reception, senior wideout for Childress. Quickly up to the line here. Handoff right side, good stiff arm, some yards after contact. He was hitting the backfield. He'll end up picking up 2 yards.
Yeah, that was Guajardo in there, had slipped in on defense. I believe made the initial contact. Mustangs with some more substitutions, running a lot of guys on and off the field like I mentioned earlier.
It was Maldonado on the carry for Childress, and again, a good stiff arm. He was hit 2 yards in the backfield. Ends up gaining 2 yards on that play. This one stopped before it started. And
yeah, 2 minute warning, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. If you're the Bobcats, you really wanted to get that play off before the 2 minute warning there, but they don't get it done. They do still have 3 timeouts left, so maybe that wasn't a concern of theirs, but we are going to get the 2 minute timeout.
So Mustangs with a 21-0 lead, a good start to their 2026 campaign. Will be at Todd Field next week for the home opener of the season. The Seminole Indians will be in town, and we didn't really mention it because it's the same every year. The Mustangs play a brutal non-district schedule every year, and it's the same. Starts here in Childress tonight, but then Seminole, Canadian, who's in this district with Childress, Idalou, who's one of the best teams in 3A D2. They're still on the schedule. I mean, it's loaded. A big Monahan's team that's always quick and athletic.
Plainview on the schedule this year too. Yeah. That's one thing about it. The Mustangs, Coach Vincent schedules, not afraid to schedule larger schools, and when we do schedule maybe schools that are smaller, like Childress here, 3A Division II, they're always solid opponents. There's no pushovers on the non-district schedule.
Out of that 2 minute warning, it's 2nd and 8 from the 42-yard line. Galligan across the middle, has Keys, and he's got a first down. Right, they're going to mark him right at the 50, so they'll stop the clock for a moment. Cruz Keys quickly back up to the line. Galligan will hand it off right side, nowhere to go. And that's number 25, Jared Vigil, keeping that to a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like the Bobcats were going to go hurry up. They hustled to the line, then run a run and play right up the middle. And now they show a little bit of urgency. 2nd and 9, though. Clock wind in 1:26.
Galligan pump fake, really nowhere to go in the pocket, and just throws it away. He didn't get out of the pocket, and he didn't have anybody in the area. I don't know if they're going to talk about that or not.
Doesn't even look like they're considering it, but I'm like you, Nathan. He wasn't out of the pocket. There wasn't even a receiver on this side of the hash marks where he threw the ball.
And I guess because maybe the ball's on the far hash, he got over.
Maybe
he was closer to this hash, so maybe he did get out of the pocket. And again, I say far hash, but at home, that's the near hash for you. I'm not used to the camera being on the other side. 3rd and 9, 1:17 left to play in the first half. Galligan, good.
Three-man
protection. Swings it out to the right side. Running back stays on his feet, and he steps out. He's pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line. So now decision time for this Childress staff. Do you take a shot here, try to pick this up with 1:08 to play in the first half?
Yeah, you know you're going to get the ball to start the second half. If you don't get it, you could potentially dig your hole deeper here, giving the Mustangs a good field position. But as of right now, they've got their offense out there. Of course, the game clock is stopped at 1:08 on the out of bounds. The play clock down to 13, and Bobcats are going to take a timeout here and think about it.
You saw Juan Martinez run onto the field as a substitution on the defensive line. He was going to line up on the left side. So now some time for both of these coaching staffs to talk about what happens from here. This is an aggressive move if you're Childress, because it's not 4th and 2, it's not 4th and 1. You're looking at 4th and 7, and you give an explosive Shallowater offense the ball back right near midfield. If you don't pick this up, like you said, it could. This could be a big swing in the game. I mean, you would love to give your team a little shot of energy, some momentum. If you can make a big play, pick up a first down here to end this first half. But at the same time, you don't want to make that hole any deeper, like you said.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, if you're the Bobcats, you have shown the ability to give your quarterback time back there. You know, it's a passing situation here. Do you see if you can give him time back there for a receiver to get open? So we'll see what they come up with here. As of now, it looks like the offense is coming back out there, so they're going to go for it.
We've seen Galligan run a lot. We talked about their 84-point by-district win last year in the playoffs. Galligan himself had 104 yards rushing in that game. And I've been waiting for him to take off. He's, again, got time. He's going to look deep, though, lets it fly into double coverage. And a late flag from the back judge, as it looked like Cretan Ball was trying to work his way back towards the middle of the field. And the Mustang defenders weren't letting him, and they are going to call pass interference. So just a little too handsy. We're going to send it down to Russell Jeffcott now, a minute to play in the first half.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, guys. Good coverage right there by us.
Here we go, 1st and 10 after that penalty, and they were trying to set up a screen. The Mustangs blow that up from the beginning.
Yeah, it's Tate Dodd in there. Does a good job of getting a hand up and knocking it down. It's a pretty good play call right there. The Mustangs have been struggling to get pressure on the quarterback, and they were setting up the screen, but Dodd breaks free and gets his hand up and knocks it down.
So with that penalty, they get down to the Mustang 32-yard line. we've seen a pretty good leg from their kicker too, so you feel like at the very least they're approaching field goal range. As Galligan takes this snap, 55 seconds left. Draw inside. Clock will run, and they're going to burn another timeout. Nope. Coaches came out on the field, so I thought maybe that's what they were doing, but they line up in a hurry. It's 3rd and 6. 39 seconds and counting.
Bobcats still not set. Now here they go. Now late.
I think that was a false start on their tailback. I think he took off just half a count too early.
Just not very good execution of the 2-minute offense by the Bobcats there. Just took them a long time to get set, and they actually end up with motion there, so it's going to mark them back 5 yards. Trying to see what the officials indicating here, and that there's a timeout.
Well, I was wondering, because if you don't take a timeout right there, then you've got the 10-second runoff.
Yeah.
So, and that's what the conversation was. The white hat looking over the headlinesman. Are they going to take the 10 seconds? They're going to take the timeout. So they're going to keep 33 seconds on the game clock, but they use another timeout there.
I believe that leaves them with 1. That's what the scoreboard shows. I think that's accurate. So going to be a 3rd and 10 when we come back. 33 seconds on the game clock. Bobcats do have the 1 timeout, and the ball is spotted on the Mustang 33. Mustangs have been in a prevent type defense with a 3-man rush most of this drive here. We'll see if they stay with that or if they try to apply a little more pressure. Obviously getting to a point now with only 1 timeout, Bobcats are pretty limited on the number of running plays they can run.
And this is one of those times where you break the huddle and you've got 2 plays maybe called. And I mentioned their kicker, number 45, Juan Yebra. Watching him warm up, he was the first guy out on the field today when we were here setting up. And they are, I would say, definitely within range, especially if they pick up maybe another 7 or 8 yards, get down around the 25-yard line. Galligan steps up. He's going to drop it off short. Got to get out of bounds and wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Manning Mitchell, another big play in space.
Nice open field tackle. Mustangs were in that formation where they take one of the linemen out and go with the extra defensive back. That time forced Galligan to throw underneath.
3rd and 11 after the loss. 11 seconds on the game clock. Galligan now under some pressure. Gets away from Vigil, takes a hit, throws it deep, and it's incomplete. A couple of Mustangs, the closest one to the football, but it falls down with 3 seconds left to play, and pretty good shot absorbed there by Cohen Galligan. I think Truett Vaughn is the one who popped him as he was releasing that ball.
So barring the penalty, 1 more play here before half. 3 seconds on the clock. Bobcats getting the play in here, 17 on the play clock, and they'll huddle up.
Yeah, we were talking about it on the way down here a long time ago. Tahoka throwing one in the end zone right at the end of the half. Eric Morris taking it back 104, 105 yards. Might have a chance to do that here. Here's one deep in the end zone, and it is hauled in for a touchdown. Creedon Bell at the gun to end the first half. Just went down there and blocked out the cornerback, and a big shot in the arm for Childress. As we head into the locker room, they'll kick the extra point, but man, what a play. And maybe I should have just shut my mouth talking about an interception or a chance on a return. Did you see Bell just kind of block out his man? I mean, like, man, and just what a great catch. He got Connor on his back, just blocked him out, and Cruz didn't quite get there.
Yeah, Mustangs' defense has been strong the entire first half. Unfortunate there, they let them slip past them on the very last play of the first half for the touchdown. Scores 21-6. It's taken the Bobcats a minute to get their personnel on for the extra point try. Now they've got their 11th man out there.
Still 10 seconds on the play clock. The extra point is good. So at the gun, some fireworks from the Bobcats offense, 21-7. We will be right back with the Edward Jones halftime show sponsored by Kyle Munro.
Do you ever feel like everyone else understands their money better than you do? You're not alone. Many retirees don't fully understand their risk, their fees, or whether their income will last. That's why we're offering a complimentary retirement review. If you've saved at least $250,000, we'll show you how much risk you're really taking, what you're paying in hidden fees, and how to create a dependable income that can last as long as you do. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. Call now or scan the QR code to schedule your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath, one snap, one stand. First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Phillies. You are the spirit of West Texas.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage where every bite feels like a victory.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney. You're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
No offense. If your fence has seen better days, nobody but Noble will tear it down and we'll build it right. Nobody but Noble. The customer service with the best top quality is what you'll get. Nobody, hey, nobody, hey, nobody but Noble. Noble Fence.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallowater Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
I often tell people that we're in the service business. We just happen to fix cars. The people of Lubbock, the people of West Texas really speak to me. We make sure that the car's fixed right, and we also do that with exceptional customer service. We're removing frustration, stress, anxiety. We truly are trying to renew peace of mind to our customers. Really want to focus on that as far as the culture that we have in Renew Collision.
The future starts here in Shallowater ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics,
back again. Back to back, made back, stack the M's. The queen's back, what's happening? Rewrite my make it again.
Do you ever feel like everyone else understands their money better than you do? You're not alone. Many retirees don't fully understand their risk, their fees, or whether their income will last. That's why we're offering a complimentary retirement review. If you've saved at least $250,000, we'll show you how much risk you're really taking, what you're paying in hidden fees, and how to create a dependable income that can last as long as you do. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. Call now or scan the QR code to schedule your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath, one snap, one stand. First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Phillies. You are the spirit of West Texas.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage where every bite feels like a victory.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney. You're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
No, Bull fans. If your fence has seen better days, nobody but Noble. We'll tear it down and we'll build it right. Nobody but Noble. The customer service with the best. Top quality is what you'll get. Nobody but Noble. Noble fans.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallowater Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
Welcome back to Childress and welcome in to the first edition of the Edward Jones halftime show presented by Kyle Motherall. And again, a big thanks to Edward Jones for picking up the ticket on the pregame meal. They'll be our travel sponsor this year. We appreciate them helping us out with the cost of feeding the crew. Nathan Riojas and David Blackburn. We've got Russell Jeffcott on the sideline tonight, and of course, Angel Flores working the camera in the stands. Jake Warren and Zach Cole producing for us. Jake was setting up another camera so that you could watch the Mustang band there at halftime on this Edward Jones halftime show. So crew is always scrambling, working behind the scenes, doing more than what anybody knows, that's for sure. And we appreciate you spending your Friday night with us, first Friday night of the 2026 football season, and the Mustangs with a 21-7 halftime lead. The Mustangs got off to a really good start in this game. They got the ball to open, and they went right down the field, 75-yard drive, capped off with a 7-yard touchdown pass from Logan Wynn to Micah Blackshear. Logan rolling out to his right, kind of extending the play, and he finds Micah 5 yards deep in the end zone. Swanson with the extra point. It was 7-0 with 7:56 to play in the first quarter. Mustang defense got their first of 4 consecutive Noble Fence defensive stands, got it right back to the Mustang offense. That drive started on their own 23. They go 77 yards in 8 plays. Easton Foster from the Wildcat package look ran it in from a yard out. He was under center and dove into the end zone with 1:48 to play in the first quarter. It was 14-0 at that point in favor of the Mustangs. After a 3-and-out from the Childress offense, the Mustangs get the ball back. They punted it back to Childress, but then on 3rd and long, Micah Blackshear stepped in front of a Galligan pass, actually intercepted it in Shallowater territory, face mask penalty, sends it all the way up to the 38-yard line of Childress, and then 5 plays later, Colton Moyers was running it in from 2 yards out and made it 21-0 midway through the second quarter. And the Mustangs and Bobcats exchanged punts there. The Mustangs, we thought, maybe with a chance to tack on, make it a 4-score game right there before halftime. Childress does a good job of getting the ball back. They got it back on their own 17-yard line. 4.5 minutes to play, all of their timeouts and the 2-minute warning to play with. And they got down to the 33-yard line with 3 seconds left. And Galligan just throws one up deep to Creedon Ball, and Creedon Ball comes down with it. A little shot of momentum for this Childress team. They make it 21-7 at the gun. And now they'll get the ball to start the third quarter. So Childress maybe kind of picking themselves up off the mat as we head into the locker room.
Yeah, it's a situation where the Mustangs really dominated the first half. Unfortunate that Childress was able to score there. They needed every second of the half and then some to get on the board for the first time, but unfortunate they did so, because now puts them in a situation where, despite the Mustangs dominating it, Childress, if they can score on this opening drive, now you've cut it to a one-possession game. But Nathan, just going back to the first half, thinking about it offensively, I think the Mustangs have to be pleased with the offense. Put 21 points on the board in the first half. They've shown an ability to go on long drives where they converted multiple third downs. We've seen some fourth down conversions, including on a touchdown where the Mustangs scored there. So offensively, I think you like what you're seeing there. They've done some damage through the air and on the ground. Defensively, I thought the defense really dominated Childress except for that last drive, and it's unfortunate in a prevent type situation. You just can't let them get behind you like that, and they came down with the ball, and we get to that 21-7 difference here at halftime. But Mustangs still in control of this game, just need to come out with a strong showing on this opening drive, shut down Childress and get the ball back and go score.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Childress's run game, a very run-heavy offense traditionally under Coach Bo Helm, and the Mustangs have done a good job controlling that. Really, we've seen a couple of big runs from Childress, at least of the 10-plus yard variety, but really that's it. The Mustangs have done a good job controlling them on the ground. Their quarterback, Cohen Galligan, very capable of doing a lot of damage with his feet. The Mustangs have kept him contained. But the pass plays, and one of them, I say a pass play, a big pass interference penalty down the field on that last drive, kind of extended it, pushed Childress down into Mustang territory around the 33-yard line. And then, like you said, just kind of an unfortunate break for the Mustangs. Just didn't get quite set in that prevent look to get down there on the last play of the half. And Childress makes them pay for it. Good catch to haul that in by Creedon Ball. And like you said, they've kind of put themselves right back in the game. It's a lot different message, I think, in the locker room, really for both teams, than it would have been just a few minutes earlier. You feel like some signs of life and something to be excited about in Childress's locker room, and maybe a bit of a wake-up call for the Mustangs on their side. It might be a little more unpleasant than it had been, than it was going to be, but now plenty for the Mustang coaching staff to address, I guess, in the locker room. We've got
overall a lot of positives in the first half for the Mustangs, and a lot to build off going here in the second half, see if they can go ahead and pull away and put it away.
So we're taking a look at some scores from around the area, and it's funny because we're laughing as we look at these. You wonder how accurate some of these scores are. On Dave Campbell's, somebody was messing with it, and they had Sweetwater up 750-0 on Idalou. So a lot of this stuff being reported by fans, and so sometimes you wonder the accuracy. And one of those that jumps out is Idalou and Sweetwater. Idalou up 11-0 against Sweetwater. Sweetwater has been good, and that's just me not knowing a lot about Sweetwater, to be honest, but would have expected Idalou to maybe be out front a little bit more than that. But you never know. First week of the season, turnovers, who knows. Bushland and Seminole, a game that we'll pay really close attention to. Seminole will be in Shallowater next week, so that'll be a film that the Mustang coaching staff probably starts looking at tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. And then also fun, especially as we get on later in the year, to see what Bushland looked like in that game as we compare our performance against Seminole to Bushland. That'll be a lot of fun. And then one of the newcomers to the district, Denver City, right now 22-22 in Abernathy. Morton and Brownfield. Brownfield, another newcomer in District 1 3A this year. We, came out of that 4-team district. River Road goes down to 3A Division 2, and so they have to reshuffle things. And Brownfield, Denver City, some district opponents that we'll keep an eye on. Mustangs will have to earn their way into the playoffs this year. So, we knew it wasn't arrogant to talk about the playoffs in week 1 last year, because you knew, hey, we're going to the playoffs. There's only 4 teams in our district, but now you got to make sure that you handle your business. Anything else jump out there? Perryton and Dalhart looks like a defensive struggle there.
Kind of surprising there. Pretty low scoring game. Leveland over Plainview's one that surprises me. Halftime score up 2 scores. By Leveland over Plainview. Canadian, they're always tough. Panhandle's typically tough. Obviously, a little smaller school in Panhandle there, but that has been a good game in the past. Don't know much about Panhandle this year, but we'll find out more about Canadian here in a few weeks, obviously. But for first week, some interesting scores out there. First half scores there. Of course, a lot can change there, but just good to see the high school season off and rolling like we talked about in the pregame show. Just an exciting time here, and now actually here in our game, we're to the point now the sun is set, and we actually are under the Friday night lights here and trying to cool off a little bit. Still in the 90s. I'm showing about 93 degrees here, but we talked about that earlier too. We'll see how that plays out as the game goes on. You mentioned this also during the pregame show. Shallowater not carrying as big of a roster as far as number of players as what we've seen the last few years here. About 35 players on the roster, so we'll see how that plays out as far as conditioning and depth goes. But Mustangs did a good job of Mustang coaching staff rotated a lot of players in that first half already.
Yeah, we're taking a look. Jake is at least at some of the chat here on the live stream, and I think that's Lance talking to me saying I'm not mad at you. So I hear you. We're trying to get it straight up here, and I'm telling you, as I get a little bit older, man, those numbers start running together out there, especially on the other side of the field. The 5s and 6s look a lot the same. And then some of the players do. I mean, when you look at Manning Mitchell and Blaze Jeter in their pads, both playing linebacker position, we'll try to keep that straight for you at home. It's week 1 for us too. We're trying to get settled in, and we talk about the Mustang schedule and what it looks like in non-district. Again, the home opener next Friday against Seminole. Then the longest road trip of the season on September 11th. We will be at Canadian. 4A Monahans comes to Shallowater after that. Then it's Idalou, who's one of the top-ranked teams in 3A Division 2. Coach Clay White and his coaching staff. That includes Brody Anthony, Shallowater. You guys out there familiar with Coach Anthony and Brody Anthony. And then at Plainview, and like you said, that's kind of one of the surprising scores, not knowing what all Plainview lost from their team last year, but they were really good last year. And but again, a bigger school and just bigger bodies, you assume like that's going to be a tough test. And then you go right into district with Bushland, the district opener in Shallowater. So it's going to be it makes it fun for us. I don't know if the coaching staff and the players would agree, but every week we've got a big game. We've got a top-notch opponent to talk about, and maybe they may not enjoy preparing for them as much as we do watching these games, but going to be another really fun football season here in Shallowater as we reach the end here of the Edward Jones halftime show presented by Kyle Motherall. Mustangs and the Bobcats back out on the field. And I believe the Mustangs will kick off from, let's see, we were over here to start. So I think we're going to kick off from the east side of the stadium. That will be right to left on your screen.
Mustang dads are deflating the tunnel down there, the Mustang tunnel. If you've never seen it, I would venture to say we've never lost a tunnel game. We always have the biggest one out there. It's a monster out there. So they're deflating it, dragging it off the field, and we'll be ready to go here as there's just a few seconds left before halftime ends.
Mustangs will be right to left on your screen. They'll be going east to west in this east-west oriented stadium. Swanson about to tee the ball up.
Swanson's handled all of the kicking duties so far, extra points and kickoffs.
Yeah, and that was one of our questions. That's kind of a nice problem to have when you've got someone like William Cottle who can also come in, and really he can handle the place kicking duties and the kickoffs, you know. So it's a good problem to have for Shallowater special teams. And Swanson set to kick it away. Max Rabe is going to field this around the 5-yard line. Rabe, left side, breaks a couple tackles, gets free, gets into Shallowater territory. They'll bring him down around the 45-yard line. Witten Kincaid, the Mustang, to finally wrangle him in, but broke a couple tackles, and there's a big play as that Childress momentum continues right out of the locker room. Easily their best starting field position of the night as they start at the Mustang 45-yard line.
Yeah, just what you didn't want to see there is another momentum play, you know, back-to-back momentum plays if you go back to the last play of the first half here. And so now Childress will start out first and 10 on the Mustang 45-yard line after some broken tackles on the return.
Do you take a shot here in plus territory? Are you going deep again if you're Galligan? Galligan instead hands it off right up the middle. Pretty good push from that offensive line. I believe that was Jamie Estrada on the carry.
They'll mark him for a 3-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 7. For the Mustangs up front, Tate Dodd, C.C. Vinzer, Truett Vaughn, and Paxton Shockey are the 4 up front. Linebackers are Jeter, V-Hill, and that's going to be Mitchell. Corners are Blackshear and Shires, and safeties are Foster and Dixon. I believe that's about the same 11 we started the game with.
3 wide receivers to his right. Galligan hands off again, though. Estrada has some room to run up the middle. Still on his feet, pushing forward. Down inside the 25. They're going to spot him at the 21-yard line, but a big chunk play right there. And the most push we've seen from that offensive line so far tonight.
It is, and you can tell Bobcats coming out with some confidence here.
Galligan this time left side to Estrada. There's a hold in the backfield, and they do call it. Truett Vaughn broke free, and he was calling for it. Took the white hat a little bit of time to get it out of his pocket, but they're going to move Childress back right here.
He saw it all along. Vaughn, as he's getting held, looking back over to him, and so going to be a big holding penalty there, and definite hold there is going to set them back to 10 yards. Going to be 1st and 20 back at the 31.
Yeah, Truett was helping him call that one as soon as Estrada got by him. Now out of the huddle, 3 wide. They've got Cruz Keys at that tight end position. There's a false start to move it back even further. So, man, after getting down right outside the red zone, they've pushed themselves back 15 yards here on consecutive plays. And now back out to the 36-yard line.
All right, Childress comes back to the line now, 1st and 25.
He's got Estrada in the backfield. Galligan to his left. He's going to let it fly, and it's over the head of Creedon Ball. I keep waiting for him to take off running, but he lets that one fly down the field, and now 2nd and 25.
Yeah, just no chance on the catch on that one. Galligan rolling to his left a little bit, airmails that one. So Mustangs shuffling some more defenders in. That's 64, Jet Smith coming in up front. He'll give Vinzer a breather.
Two wide receivers to his left. 2nd and 25. Estrada up the middle. He's going to get down to the 30-yard line. But now 3rd and really long. Maybe we're hoping for a few more yards. And I don't know, are you playing for a field goal at this point? Or do you take a shot? I feel like if you could get down around the 20, you give your kicker, Ibra, a chance.
Going to be 3rd and 19 here.
Estrada lines up behind Galligan. 3 wide receivers to the right. They're setting up a screen. They get it to Ball, but it was well diagnosed. Didn't fool Jordan Revilla at all, and then the rest of the Mustangs get there to help him out.
Yeah, nice job by Jordan. Jordan Revilla, number 8, on the play there. Diagnosed that one, and he's there just as he catches it. And going to be 4th down. No movement on the sideline yet.
And do you have
So from here, you're talking a 46-yard field goal. Doesn't look like they're going to try it.
A quick kick here, or do you just throw it deep like you did, and if all else fails, you give it to him at the 29-yard line?
Here we go, 4th and 19.
No quick kick, he's dropping back. Revilla wraps him up in the backfield, and now the Mustang defense with a little bit of momentum as they turn it over on downs.
Mustangs had struggled to get pressure on the quarterback at times during the first half, and come up with great timing to get the first sack of the night. As that's 4th and 19. The Mustangs will stop them on the sack, and they're going to take over as they're going to spot that ball right on the Mustangs' 35-yard line. So Mustangs will get some decent field position out of it as well.
Yeah, for Childress to have gotten all the way down to the 21-yard line, the Mustangs take over at the 35. Big swing, and Revilla came around the right side of the line, almost untouched.
All right, Mustangs back out. They've got 3 wide outs, and that one was a little confusion on that one there.
Yeah, he was looking for Micah Blackshear on the sideline, and Blackshear had broken his route inside, so it falls for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, so Mustangs running some different formations. Here they are again. 2 wide outs on the near side of your screen. That's Dixon as a tight end and Moravik as a slot back.
Jeter, room to run, left side. He's got a first down near midfield. Nice run for Jeter. That's the 2nd time we've seen him really get going there.
Yeah, good 12-yard gain. Gets the ball out to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And they run opposite of the tight end formation there, kind of a weak side run. Now 2 backs in the backfield with Wynn.
Dixon and Blackshear at the top of your screen. Go for a screen pass out to Moravik, and Moravik is hit behind the line of scrimmage. That was well diagnosed and well played there by Dylan Moore. We've seen him make a couple plays in the secondary. We've said his name a couple times. That time gets by the block and gets in the backfield to bring up 3rd and 12. 2nd and 12.
Yeah. They were wrong on the down marker, Nathan. They corrected it, though. Yeah, I saw that too. 2nd and 12 here after the 2-yard loss. Mustangs back to their more standard 4 wide outs. That's Jeter in the backfield next to Wynn.
Hogan under pressure, lets it fly. He's looking for Micah on the right sideline. He doesn't give Micah a chance. No flag on that play. Never turned around and ran right through Micah. Micah pleading for a call. He's trying to come back to that ball. And you'll see he's on the top of your screen, but he's trying to come back to that ball, and he's getting pushed down the field. Dylan Moore was pretty late to turn around. gets away with that one, and now it's 3rd and 12. Might go right back to it. Timeout on the sideline. You could see a little bit of confusion on Childress' sideline. And
yeah, late substitution attempt there, and I couldn't tell if they were going to end up with too many players on the field or just weren't aligned properly, but they're going to have to burn a timeout early.
So now 3rd and 12, and you wonder, I mean, you've got a lot of options. Micah's been getting some separation. You've had Cruz up the seam a couple of times. God, but you can always get Logan on the edge as well. Get him on the edge and give him a run pass option. So interested to see. Now, at the same time, you know that Coach McAllister and the coaching staff, they don't want to show you everything, especially in week 1. But man, it's going to be a lot of fun as we get deeper into the season to see what some of those wrinkles are every week and some of this different stuff they'll do with all these skill guys. You've got Micah Blackshear now at the top of your screen. Cruz Dixon's in the slot. McCravey in the slot near side on your screen, and Gavin Guajardo by the sideline. It's Jeter in the backfield with Logan Wynn, and there's a false start.
Dixon with a little early movement here on this side. Going to back the Mustangs up 5, put them on their 40. You'll make it 3rd and 17.
Well, and Cruz took off because Jet kind of flinched before he snapped that ball. Could have almost called an illegal snap on that as he didn't move the ball, but his arm that was on the ball, he did flinch. They come out, same formation. But now they need 17. He goes across the middle. He was looking for Cruz. He threw it behind him.
Dixon had broken open. It was just a little behind him. Cruz tried to adjust and wasn't able to turn on it there. Might have picked up the first down and then some on that one, but as it is, Mustangs are going to have to punt it away.
Well, and Childress playing a zone right there, so Logan probably throwing it in the middle of that zone and just didn't meet Cruz there in the middle. But he did have room to run near midfield. Dixon now is back to punt. Good snap, and he gets it away. Good high punt. Takes a Shallowater bounce and will die around the 15-yard line. So nice flip of field position there. Some extracurricular activity back here behind the play and a late flag from the White Hat. So we'll see. It's either going to mean pretty good field position for Childress or it's going to be horrible. It's going to move them. We'll see if it's half the distance or if it's coming out a little bit here. Personal foul against the Mustangs. So they're going to tack on 15, and so instead of having it around the 15, they'll bring it out to about the 30-yard line. And you saw a couple of big plays from actually a big kick return and then a nice run from number 24, Jamie Estrada, to get them down before they turned it over on downs deep into Mustang territory. Defense for Childress forces a Shallowater punt. 7:06 left to play in this 3rd quarter. And now kind of bailed out by that penalty. They've got it out at the 31-yard line.
Braden Swanson enters the game at one of the linebacker positions. Mustang kicker, first time we've seen him on defense.
Quick pass outside to Creedon Ball. Shires and Foster get him out of bounds, but not until he gets out for about 15 yards. They're going to mark him at the 45, so 14-yard completion on first down. We've got the Bobcats slow to get up, both training staffs out on the field. Another good start, though, to this drive for Childress, as they've had some more success moving the ball here early 3rd quarter.
Yeah, maybe the first sign we've seen of a player cramping up out there. It looks like they're trying to stretch out those hamstrings, calves. Kind of expected that tonight, especially as the night goes on. We've just talked about the heat and just talking about how the teams have had to prepare. It's hard to prepare in the heat because you got to practice when it's cooler in the mornings and things like that. So some of the first exposure, aside from the scrimmages of some of the heat-like conditions, of course, in a game setting, it's much more intense.
Chance here as that Bobcat gets stretched out for everybody to get a drink, and the Mustang defense getting coached up over there as Childress has gotten some momentum.
So Nathan, there's probably a lot of hot people, of course the players and cheerleaders and even the fans, but I don't think there can be anybody hotter than the mascots. Having to wear those uniforms, we're right here seeing the Bobcat, and I was trying to see if Shally's over there. I think I see Shally maybe over there right against the rock wall, but that's got to be the
water. I think
that might be the hottest gig of the night right there.
So 1st and 10 from their own 45. Galligan hands it off up the middle. Tough run, big hit right there. You talked about Braden Swanson just coming into the game. He delivered a big hit as Cade Maldonado broke through the line of scrimmage. Picked up 8 yards, but paid for it.
Nice job by the Mustang kicker getting in on defense and laying the hit.
Maldonado again, this time bounces outside to the left. Connor is there to wrap him up. Swanson again to pile on, but Maldonado's got the first down to the Mustang 35-yard line. He was hobbling after the previous play and limping off the field now.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have to stretch him out either, the way he's acting. Maybe seeing some signs of cramps there. Mustangs with a complete front line change there, 4 new faces.
Yeah, he's taking, looks like pickle juice. And he's taking whatever green, they hand him
something green,
bright green drink right here on the sideline, but Galligan has him back up at the line. Rabe goes in motion. Rolling out to his right, now going down the field into traffic. And it's caught, ball again. I thought Cruz was gonna pick that off, but instead Ball hauls it in, and they're in a goal-to-go situation.
Yeah, ball was up in the air while a lot of time for the quarterback back there. I thought we were gonna get a hand on it, and instead Childress is setting up shop inside our 10 now, 1st and goal.
Quickly up to the line, another handoff up the middle, not a lot of room to run that time. Picked up a couple, looks like they're gonna mark him down at the 6. That's 34, Jordan Williams. Like I said, they have a bunch of guys they run in and out of the backfield as well, and they're keeping those guys fresh. And after a couple of big runs from Maldonado, Jordan Williams in the backfield, he and Max Rabe. 2nd and goal from the 6. Mustangs trying to hold on. Childress trying to make this a 1-possession game. 5 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. Play clock just expired.
Yeah, I just saw the 0.
Oh, and a timeout. They're gonna, so the head linesman over here, or he's not the head linesman, he's the line judge. He's giving the timeout to the Childress coaching staff.
It's their 2nd timeout they've used here already in the second half. Leaves them 1 left, 4:54 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And now, as much momentum as they have, I guess you hate to burn that timeout, but 5 minutes to play 3rd quarter, you've only got 1 left. I guess 2nd and goal from the 6, it's a lot different than 2nd and goal from the 11, especially with a run-heavy scheme like what these guys have. But that was costly, and really had time to get the play started, but he looked up, he went up to the line of scrimmage, made an adjustment, and just didn't have time to do that. Big moment early in this 2nd half as Childress has come out of the gate.
Yeah, we've seen Childress getting that run game going here in the 2nd half. 1st half I thought we contained it really well, but they've been picking up some more yardage on the ground here in the 2nd half, and that's what's helped them sustain this drive here. Had them deep and got them out of the hole a little bit with a penalty, but then they've been mixing in the run and the pass here on this drive.
Galligan has time. He's looking at the back of the end zone. Touchdown, number 31, Cruz Keys. And Childress gets the first score of the second half. They've made this a one-possession game, extra point pending. But quite a start to the third quarter as Keys hauls it in from 6 yards out.
Yeah, Galligan once again had time back there to throw, able to let his receiver break open in an open zone there, and finds him in the end zone.
Extra point on the way and good. So with 4:48 left to play in the third quarter, we've got ourselves a ball game. It's 21-14. We'll be right back on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath.
As a financial planner and tax specialist, I build strategies designed to maximize retirement and reduce unnecessary taxes. Call now or scan the QR code for your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
Back at Charlie Johnson Field, Fair Park Stadium in Childress, it's 21-14 after Childress gets a couple of big pass plays. We talked so much about the run game, and Galligan in a tight window, couple of tight windows, makes a big pass down the field to Creedon Ball to get them down in a goal-to-go situation, and then another tight window, throws it into Cruz Keys 5 yards deep in the end zone, and it is 21-14. That kick just finds the corner of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Mustang offense went, they didn't go 3 and out, but they punted on their first possession of this third quarter, trying to get something going to reestablish the momentum that they had early in this game.
Yeah, they really need to. I'd love to see them, put together a sustained drive here and go put some points on the board, widen that margin back out again. Mustangs with a 4 wide out set, Revilla in the backfield next to Wynn.
Blackshear, Dixon, McCravey, and Guajardo, the wideouts. Revilla gets the carry. He's got some room up the middle, up the left hash mark, and he's out to the 31-yard line. Gain of 6 to set up 2nd and 4.
Gets a little momentum and a nice pickup there on first down to gain the 6 yards. We've got a Mustang down. Maybe the ball carrier, Revilla.
Yeah, it looks like they're stretching his leg out.
Cramps coming on the Mustang side as well.
RD called it. He knew. He said, them boys, they're going to have to get acclimated to the heat. And yeah, it's a unique situation this year, which they don't, Coach Vincent's been running morning practices for several years. I mean, that's kind of their kind of routine. And he says because it wears on you, even young guys. And so when you get to the end of the season, he feels like they're fresher if you're not working out in the heat of the day. But I don't know. I told Russell we needed to get him one of those heat guns so he could tell us how hot it actually was on the field. But on that rubber turf surface that it's even hotter than it is in the stands, and you see him pop up and jog to the sideline.
Yeah, not the first case of cramps we've seen, and won't be the last one tonight too. Still a quarter and a half football left to go here on what is still a really hot night.
Yeah, it doesn't cool off much. It's crazy to wake up in the morning and it's already 80 degrees. There's Foster fresh into the game up the middle. Tough run up the middle. He's out to the 36, and he's got enough to move the chains.
Yeah, Mustangs with a lot of options there at running back. We've talked about the skill positions. Foster getting the start tonight. We've seen Revilla, we've seen Jeter, and Moyers as well. All of those guys capable of carrying the load back there for the Mustangs. And some good breakaway speed as well.
Foster, another carry right side. Nice play by the left side of that defensive line, number 55, Adrian Gonzalez, getting an assist from his linebacker too. That was well played. And after a couple of big runs to start that drive for the Mustangs, no gain to make it 2nd and 10.
Foster will remain in the backfield. Moravik in there is an up back, 3 wide outs.
Rolling out to his right, Logan has a man in his face, but he finds Micah on the sideline. Micah falls out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 44-yard line. So 3rd and 2 coming up for the Mustangs.
Nice awareness there by Blackshear on the sideline. Keeps his feet in bounds and makes the catch. Gets the Mustangs to 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 2.
Childress is playing that pretty well because every time Logan rolls out, you want him to have the option to run if he wants to, but it just hasn't been there. They've had a man in his face pretty consistently tonight. Foster, left side, room to run. Up the middle, Rodeo breaks the tackle, and he is going to take it to the house. Easton Foster.
No laundry on the field there as Foster breaks loose. He hit the line hard and takes it all the way to the house. Just what the Mustangs needed after the Bobcats had closed within a score there. We'll watch it here on the replay.
Foster, a good initial hole, secondary with an arm tackle, and you're not going to bring Rodeo to the ground with an arm tackle. Takes it to the house, 56 yards for Easton Foster. Extra point from Swanson is good, and the Mustangs answer the Childress score to put it back out to a 2-score game, 28-14. We'll be back with more Mustang football right after this on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath, one snap, one stand. First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Phillies. You are the spirit of West Texas.
As a financial planner and tax specialist, I build strategies designed to maximize retirement and reduce unnecessary taxes. Call now or scan the QR code for your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
Welcome back to Childress. Nathan Riojas and David Blackburn in the booth with the Shallowater Sports Network crew. Easton Foster breaks one for 56 yards and makes it 28-14. A big answer for the Mustang offense after Childress had made a one-possession game. Mustangs back up by 14. Braden Swanson kicks it deep. It's going to die around the 5-yard line. And after a big kickoff return to open the third quarter, another decent return, better than what I thought it was going to be. I feel like he took initial contact inside the 20-yard line, ends up out at the 20, where are they going to mark it, 27 or 28? 28 is where they're setting up. So a nice return. I think he was hoping that was going to bounce out of bounds. Dies around the 5-yard line, and they'll take over, try to continue some of that momentum, see if they can keep pace with the Mustangs, who've kind of found a little bit of footing offensively now in this third quarter.
Front four are Paxton Shockey, Adrian Ortiz, trying to get another number here. That's 62 is Brick Pruitt, and 8, Jordan Revilla.
Galligan hands off inside. Nice sidestep behind the line of scrimmage to get away from, I believe that was Adrian Ortiz that jumped in the backfield. But nice job by Estrada to get away from him and create something positive there.
4-yard gain brings up 2nd and 6.
They huddle up, and they're coming out of the huddle a little bit slower too than they were to start this third quarter. See Galligan, the senior, kind of running out to tell his slot wide receiver something, and they throw the screen the other way. Maybe that was all just for show. Gavin Guajardo, nice play on the edge. He did get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him forward progress out to the 32, but a big third down here as the Mustangs maybe with the chance to get it right back to their offense.
Yeah, Mustangs, I've mentioned it several times, the new personnel coming in on the front four. That's the area, obviously, they're rotating the most up there, just trying to keep those guys fresh, especially on the 3rd and 6 situation. Got a fresh 4 up there, trying to get the stop and put the ball back in the hands of the offense.
Galligan has some time, but he dumps it off in the flat. The Mustangs rally to the football. Villa was there, Guajardo and Vigil all got there, and just nothing to look at down the field, and he dumps it off. It'll be 4th down in a punt situation for Childress.
Just like Nathan was saying, just the coverage there forced him to check down, and a great pursuit by the Mustang defenders, and they're going to bring the punter out, and that's Cruz Dixon back. He's going to set up on the 30-yard line to field this punt. Mustangs on the punts right now seem content with a fair catch. We haven't seen a return yet on a punt. Mustangs just looking to play field position on the punt. Of course, some of that's dictated by the punt itself. This one's not going to be returnable.
Yeah, that one was short, but it takes a good bounce. Still rolling inside the 20, will die around the 16-yard line. So a nice punt there by the senior, Juan Libra. Flips the field on the Mustangs at the very least, but another noble fence defensive stand as the Mustangs force a 3 and out to kind of settle in a little bit here to start the third quarter, because Childress had them on their heels early to start the second half, but the 3 and out gives it back to the Mustangs. Now just 1:24 left to play in this third quarter. I feel like the third quarter's gone by really quick.
So now Jeter's back there next to Wynn is in the running back position. Another guy that,
stop and go. Micah Blackshear down the field. And Micah got way behind the defense, and the ball just didn't get to him in time. Hung up in the air, and number 16 gets over to make a play from his safety position, Dathan Hassel.
Oh, what a move by Blackshear. You probably heard me oohing and on. He dropped that cornerback. He faked him out so bad, dropped him to his knees and ran by him, but just a little bit underthrown.
So Jeter on the ground, breaks a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet. 5 or 6 really tough yards, and now a late flag. So this will be a big penalty, because the Mustangs would have had a 3rd and manageable right there, and that's either going to be a first down or it's going to move them way back.
Waiting on the call here. Let's see, personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct on the Childress Bobcats.
So a big one there, and that'll extend this drive for the Mustangs. They'll get a free first down. They won't have to convert right there on 3rd down. A good 2nd down run by Jeter, though, who got hit near the line of scrimmage and turned that in to 6 yards after contact.
Jeter's a lot like Foster, tough to get down, but also has the breakaway speed. I mentioned it earlier in the game, just keeps his legs churning.
Jeter again, left side, looks at the same play. He had a little bit more room to run right there, and gets across the 40 to the 42. And another late flag from the white hat.
Let's see what this one is going to be.
Looks like he's going to even it out. He calls that one on the Mustangs for something late there. So instead of staying ahead of the chains there with the 2nd and 4, you're going to be looking at 2nd and 19 now. Not sure who that was. It looked like it was more on the Mustang side of the field. The coaching staff might have got a good look at that one.
They'll know who it was.
Yeah.
Whoever it was generally comes off, but we won't. There's several substitutions, so we won't know in this case.
Yeah.
Usually you can tell because when those kind of penalties occur, coaches are going to talk to them.
So Mustangs, some substitutions, and I give Childress a chance. Childress isn't substituting either. 10 seconds on the play clock. You'd almost try to push the issue, see if you can get a delay or something. Logan rolling to his right, puts it up the field, and Micah coming back to the ball, hauls it in. He's out past the original line of scrimmage, so looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 8. But it gives him a chance. I almost looked like he was throwing that away, and then Micah comes in to pick that up.
Two of them improvising a little bit. Good job of Micah coming back and making himself available to win there. Gets them in a more manageable position here, but still 3rd and 8. Backside
Blitz
pressure
up
coming.
the middle, and they got to Logan. Logan gets rid of it. He finds Cruz. Left side, Cruz with the circle button. Gets into Childress territory. What a play by the Mustangs right there when Logan was under some heavy pressure.
Logan creating with his legs there, bought him some time, and had a couple of Mustangs over there. Guajardo and Dixon were both there, and Mustangs convert the 3rd and long, and plus some bonus yardage. Get down. They're going to mark it on the 44-yard line, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Man, as a defensive coordinator, you're pulling your hair out there. Perfect call. Blitz comes up the middle, gets in the quarterback's face, but Logan makes a play, and we will head to the 4th quarter. Mustangs knocking on the door, trying to make this a 3-score game. We'll be right back here on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage where every bite feels like a victory.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
We're back ready to start the 4th quarter. We're going to send it down to Russell Jeffcott as we start the 4th.
Hey guys, the message right there before this quarter from Vincent was finish right here. He told him, don't let up right here, just finish it.
So finish, the message from the coaching staff down there is you see a 9-yard run to start the 4th quarter from Logan Wren. I believe that was the 6th play of this drive, but it's 2nd and 1.
Got Revilla in the backfield now, 4 wideouts.
Revilla gets the handoff. He's met at the line of scrimmage and stood up there as a handful of Bobcats. He's going to be right at the line again. He's at the 34, and they are going to move the chains.
Yeah, didn't get much.
Yeah, there
but
we go.
He got just enough. Now they're moving them. We were pausing there a minute to make sure. Yeah, he needed 1 and he got 1. So, all right. Another first down for the Mustangs. They'll set the chains, and now they're winding the clock.
Clock should be rolling.
Usually they have it rolling a little quicker than that.
Logan sprint out right. All right, welcome back to Childress. We know it went black there for a second. You'll notice the Mustangs are lining up to kick. That's because Gavin Guajardo took a screen pass from Logan Wynn to the house, broke a couple of tackles, and got into the end zone, got a nice block down the field from Micah Blackshear, took it in from 34 yards out. It's now 35-14 after that, and it's week one. It's hot outside for all the fans and the players. It's also hot on the equipment. Cameras and transmitters in this triple-digit heat. Swanson's kicked. Returned up the field. Number 81, Julian Silva. They're not going to catch him. Takes it to the house. And a big answer to make this a two-possession game again and keep Childress in this game. So right after the Mustangs looked like maybe they had put this one out of reach, Childress gets right back in it. Just under 10 minutes to play, so that's really bad timing on our technical difficulties because we went black right before the Mustangs scored to go up 35-14. We come back just in time for you to see Childress take the kickback.
Yeah, teams have kind of scored in waves. Shallowater scored the first 21 points of the game before Childress answered with 14 of their own. Shallowater comes back with 2 straight scores, only to be answered with another Childress score here. They're on for the extra point attempt, trying to get back within 14. And it's right down the middle, 35-21 now in favor of the Mustangs. 9:57 to go here in the fourth quarter now.
Yeah, fourth quarter. That third quarter went by really quick, and we won't send it to a commercial. We're still trying to get set here. So I don't know. I mean, we tell you every time we come on the air what a great job Jake and Zach do to get all this set up. You may or may not know from previous streams and games that we've had here in Childress, this is one of the most difficult places for some reason for us to try to broadcast the game. And also, like I said, the equipment really hot. It's been out there now. I mean, we were setting up before 5 o'clock today, and
we were here. We were on site by 3:45, you know, setting it up.
Yeah. So the heat messes with us just as much as it does the players on the field. All of that, like I said, the cameras, the transmitters, all of it, all of that stuff, you know, kind of starting to run out of gas a little bit too. But Jake, like he always does, making some adjustments here on the fly. And again, back to a 2-score game, and they've got plenty of time. Put some pressure back on the Mustang offense to keep putting some points up on the board here.
All right, an entertaining game. A lot of points here. As the scoring has picked up the pace here, starting right there at the end of the second half. End of the first half into the second half. Mustangs poised to get the ball back here. That's Jeter and Blackshear back deep to receive the kickoff.
Watch this onside right here. Make sure they kick it deep. Yabre does. Colton Moyers gets his hands on it. No, that's not Moyers. It's number 9 for a second. It's Luke Martinez. He fielded that line drive kick, and he brings it out to the 26-yard line is where they're going to spot it. So the Mustangs right back out on the field, and that's the only thing you hate about that on a hot night like this. Your special teams gets a big score, but now you throw your defense right back out there. If you're Childress, maybe the Mustangs can take advantage.
Yeah, and I felt like the Mustang offense was really starting to click a little bit. Now we'll see Moyers in at running back, another fresh running back in.
Nice cut inside the tackle, but nowhere to go. As Childress did a good job of setting the edge, they forced Moyers inside, and then he is quickly bottled up. His helmet popped off, so he'll quickly go to the sideline, and they'll send Revilla back out on the field, but a loss of 2, and it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Clock stops momentarily when the helmet comes off, and now they'll reset the play clock, and game clock not rolling. May have gone out of bounds over there. 9:41 to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, I don't know. That's some hometown cooking right there. It should be moving. It should be moving.
I thought so too.
Yeah, because, oh well. So now, up the middle, Revilla hit at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward back to the original line of scrimmage, so he picked up 2 yards, but now it's 3rd and 10. Childress with the chance. They haven't gotten a 3 and out all night long. The Mustangs would like that to continue. They need a big 3rd down conversion right here. 3 wide receivers to the right side of the field for Logan Wynn. Guajardo, the lone receiver, to his left. He's rolling to his right towards those 3, looking for Micah on the sideline, right at the line to gain. He hauls it in. They needed 10, and Micah right at the stick hauls it in. 1st down, big conversion for the Mustangs.
That's what you expect from a senior, knowing the yards to gain. You don't want to sell yourself short right at the marker. That's a huge 3rd down conversion because that's the last thing you wanted to do after that big kickoff return for a touchdown is go 3 and out and give the Bobcats the ball right back. So Mustangs 1st and 10. They're set up on about their 36-yard line.
When you look at that replay, Dylan Moore was really set up well to defend that play, and that was just a good throw right on the boundary from Logan Wynn to put that where only Micah could catch it. Revilla runs for a yard on 1st down there, so it's 2nd and 9, but the clock moving. And that, man, what a big 1st down pickup, like you said. Mustangs are taking their time. Logan rolling to his right, looking down the sideline again. He's got Micah. He caught the ball, but he was out of bounds, didn't get his feet down.
Yeah, the defender was right there, may have got a push on him and pushed him out of bounds, unable to get his feet down there.
Now, he was running away from us, but as you look at this Renew Collision instant replay, he was running right to Angel Flores. And let's see. Oh, he might have back tapped it. I think he got that back foot in. What a play by Micah Blackshear. He's not going to get credit for it. But, again, the camera work from Angel Flores. And now 3rd and 9. Logan's got a little bit of time. Escapes the pressure. He's got room on the right side. He'll pick up the 1st down. And not by much. They give it to him right at the 46-yard line, but just enough. And again, as a defensive coordinator, you think, man, we've got him right where we want him. And Logan makes a play.
Had a defender breathing down his neck right there. And he outruns him and gets the 1st down. First time we've seen Wynn really break loose and do some work with his legs out there in the open field.
You saw Micah lay a pretty good block right there, too, at the end of that replay. He and Gavin to Logan's right. Moravik in tight to his left. Pitch out to Revilla. Nice 1st down run from Revilla out into Childress territory. They'll mark him at the 49. Gain of 5 on 1st down. And if you could take that the rest of the way, we got 7.5 minutes left. You could get 4 and 5 yards a pop. We'd love to just run this thing out.
Mustangs are doing exactly what they want with those plays there. Now they have another fresh back in there. Foster's back in there.
Foster gets the pitch. Ball pops out on the ground, and I think Childress comes away with it at midfield. Mustangs had a shot at it. Was that was number 28. Max Rabe comes out with it, and Foster didn't even really get hit. It's like somebody punched it out from behind or just got their hand on the ball.
It popped straight up and had some Mustangs scrambling for it, but the Bobcats come up with it right on the 50-yard line.
Well, just when you felt like the Mustangs had kind of taken the momentum back, that big 3rd down conversion. 2 big 3rd down conversions, actually. Coach Clanahan's got to get off the field up there. That was a quick turnaround, and now Childress at midfield. 7:05 left to play. Taking a shot down the field. There's nobody there, and again, it's borderline intentional grounding there.
I think they're giving a little credit to the fact that Truett Vaughn was hitting him as he threw there. I think Truett kind of forced that errant throw
because he didn't have anybody in the area. He just kind of threw it way down the field.
After the incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10, clock at 6:58.
Trying to set up the screen. They do. Broken tackle, and off to the races. Connor Shires is able to haul in Max Rabe, and Rabe immediately grabbing at his leg. We saw him cramping up earlier, and he's still dealing with that. But well-designed screen, and he made one guy miss, was able to get away from the initial tackle, and turns it into a big play. Now they're deep into Mustang territory. They'll spot it at the 26, 1st and 10 from there. So a bit of a hydration. I feel like hydration break is a term that we learned during the World Cup.
Yeah, they're going to turn the sprinklers on too. During
we should. They would probably love that, to be honest.
If it wasn't turf, right?
Yeah. That would. That's not a bad idea for a home game. Maybe we need to talk about that. Roll the sprinklers out there.
Run some water hoses out.
Yeah. So, and not again, like you said, not for the field. You're not trying to maintain the field. Maybe just trying to cool the players off a little bit. So, 6:46 to play as the clock stops for an injury. Remember, Childress used 2 of their timeouts early third quarter, so they just got 1 timeout, but a 2-possession game. Still some time to operate. The Mustang defense going to try to come up with a big stand. We've said Noble defensive stand quite a few times tonight. We could sure use another one right here. Galligan has Maldonado in the backfield. He's got time going down the middle. Off the hands of his wide receiver, and Sterling Bruce will want that one back. He was open inside the 10-yard line and just didn't bring it in.
Yeah, it was looking like it was about to be a 1-score game, but just right on his hands and not able to come up with it. Fortunate for the Mustangs on that one, as Mustangs continuing to bring fresh personnel in up front, trying to find ways to keep them fresh and get pressure. Galligan had a lot of time to throw then again.
3 out to his left with Estrada in the backfield. Screen pass outside, and a nice play by Manning Mitchell. We've called his name a lot tonight, and he gets out there to make that no gain.
Yeah, another 3rd down situation for Childress this time. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Clock's rolling, 6:18 and counting to go here in the game.
Galligan hands off. Estrada bounces it left side. Got some room to run. And he'll make it a more manageable 4th down as he gets down to the 21-yard line. And now I think that's Connor Shires that they're stretching out on the far side of the field. Looks like he's cramping up. And that'll give Childress a little bit of time to talk about this 4th down play call. I feel like kind of a no-doubter here. I mean, and obviously you can tell by the play call there on 3rd down that it was 4-down territory no matter what.
Yeah.
But now you can open up the playbook. And I said Connor Shires, but I think Connor's standing up over here.
Yeah, Connor's, he's on this.
So I'm not sure who that was on the other side of the field. And again, it doesn't look like an injury. It looks like a cramp because as soon as he went to the ground, he had his leg up in the air and they're stretching it out. But it's not Connor Shires. Connor is over here on the other side of the field. So I'm just showing off my bad eyesight again.
Well, we rolled through that 3rd quarter. It went really fast, but the 4th quarter slowed down a little bit here. Some scoring, and also we've had several stoppages now for players cramping up out there.
And that's Micah Blackshear.
Yeah.
So he'll go off the field here for a little bit and get stretched out. Man, I was hoping that was McCravey, so I could at least say like 1 and 7. It was close. The 3 and the 7, like that's not even in the same neighborhood right there. So Guajardo, the cornerback on the far side of the field from where we're standing. Shires, Dixon, Manning Mitchell. Estrada in the backfield with Galligan. Clock rolling now. Under 6 minutes to play. A big play in this game. and it's dropped. He had Keys beyond the line to gain down inside the 15-yard line. Galligan threw a catchable ball, and Keys just unable to come up with it. And a break for the Mustangs. Does that look like that was going to be a first down?
Yeah. If you're a Bobcat fan, a little disappointed there. A couple of drops on that drive there that could have changed the complexion of this game pretty easily there. But as it is, the Mustangs are going to take over. They've got the ball spotted on about the 30, that's going to be the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
They had established the run really well before the fumble at midfield, and you kind of hope they can do the same here. Here's a handoff inside. Jeter with the carry, a good first down run right on cue out to the 28-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 3. But a good start. Jeter exits to the sideline. Warriors now in the backfield, and Logan still looking to the sideline. Play clock just now rolling, so they'll probably start taking it down inside, at least 10 seconds probably to milk this.
They'll snap this ball with about 5 minutes on the game clock. Here you go. Then.
Right side, not a lot of room to run. He stood up, stays on his feet, so they don't tackle him, but they stand him up near the line of scrimmage. We'll say no gain, so it'll be 3rd and 3 now.
And as you mentioned, Childress had to use 2 timeouts early in the half here, so they've just got 1 left. So really not much opportunities for them to stop the clock if the Mustangs can keep getting first downs. Still about 18 seconds on the play clock.
Mustangs have all 3 of theirs, so might see maybe later in this drive if they can pick this up, they might run the play clock down to 0. Once or twice. Moyers in the backfield, and there's the timeout. I don't know if that was by design or not, because coaching staff runs out and they either took a little bit too much time or maybe that was by design. So 4:21 on the clock as the Mustangs use their first timeout.
Yeah, pretty important play here, because if the Mustangs can convert this gives them, of course, a fresh set of downs, and the Mustangs can run a substantial amount of time off of the clock here before Childress can even think about calling a timeout, since they do just have that 1 left.
Yeah, and they've got the 2-minute warning in their favor too, so we're a couple of minutes away from that. But yeah, some costly timeouts early on in this second half, and Childress has to have a stop here, down by 2 scores. They've got to make a play to get the Mustangs off the field, give their offense a chance. Mustangs come out of that timeout with 2 wide receivers, and then Moravik over there in tight. Revilla in the backfield. He's looking for Guajardo, and just a little far out in front for Gavin. Again, they're doing a pretty good job sprinting off the edge and getting in Logan's face. Incomplete pass stops the clock at 4:16, and Dixon will be back on to punt again.
Yeah, it does stop the clock on the incompletion there, so looks like Childress will set up for the return here. Still 4:16 to go. We've mentioned the 1 timeout left, though.
Creedon Ball is standing at his 30-yard line, and now they all come up to the line of scrimmage. They might be coming after it. Bad snap. Cruz gets it away. Wasn't his best punt, but he does a good job of at least getting it away. It's going to die. Takes a Childress bounce at their 45-yard line. So, again, maybe not Cruz's best kick, but, man, what a good job to get that snap off the turf and get it down the field.
See several more players for both teams coming off to the sidelines. You can tell some cramp issues as they get to the sidelines.
The Mustangs go 3 and out. Only took 1:15 off the clock, as Childress will start this drive with 4:06 left to play. They're at their own 45-yard line. Galligan has time, sprinting out to his right, looking down the field, and he skips it to number 15, Benton Sims. He's got some time, and he hasn't taken off as much as I thought he would coming into tonight. It does stop the clock, 3:59 to play.
Defensively for the Mustangs, Blackshear back in at one of the corners, Shires at the other. Safeties are Foster and Dixon. Linebackers, V-Hill, Jeter, and Manning Mitchell.
Quick pass up the middle, and he gets away. Cruz Keys has it into Mustang territory, hits the ground, and immediately reaches to his left calf like he needs to be stretched out. So the cramps becoming an issue.
Hey, coach, no, hey, Swan.
As he gets down to the 35-yard line, fresh set of downs. That was a 20-yard catch and run. And we talked, one of the things we mentioned briefly in that first United Bank pregame show was the Mustang defense making the initial tackle. A team that has these downhill runners like that, you might load the box up, get a shot at them at the line of scrimmage, but if you don't bring them down, these guys are capable of getting off to the races. And so Keys with some yards after the catch, and now first down for Galligan. Screen again, pretty well diagnosed by the Mustangs. And those were some hard-earned yards right there for Keegan Smith. And there's a flag after the play. I don't know who that's on. There's always guys on both teams involved, and so it's almost like who threw the last punch, who did that. It's like who retaliated. I don't know. Maybe you'll see offsetting ones here. Nope, they're gonna mark it back. So after a little extracurricular, and you could hear the coaching staff down the hall for Childress say, "Just go out of bounds. Just go out of bounds." Keegan Smith trying to get some extra yards, and then get a little scrum situation by the sideline, and a post-play penalty moves it back out to the 42-yard line. He did a good job, Smith did, of making something out of nothing. That screenplay didn't really have anywhere to go, but Smith made the most out of it, and now they're missing a guy, and the Mustangs will take advantage right here. 15 on the play clock, late substitution. Mustangs are really good at that, and look at Truitt taking his time. 6 seconds, 5 seconds on the play clock. They'll let him get it away. Galligan going deep down the field. Shires is there, and he knocks it down. Connor Shires, great play in the secondary.
Yeah, nice job by Shires there, running step for step with him. Shires signaling to the sideline. He may need to come off here.
That was Benton Sims for Childress that went straight up the seam. And again, Shires with him step for step. Got a hand on that to knock it away. 3rd and long for Childress. 3:19 and counting in this fourth quarter. Galligan dumps it off short to Estrada. Nowhere to go for Estrada. He's going to lose 2 yards, and the clock's going to run. Nice pursuit by the Mustang defense.
Yeah, now here we go. Fourth. It's going to be 4th and about 18, I believe, is what we've got here. So obviously Mustangs with a chance to get a big stop here and really put this one out of reach if they can stop the Bobcats here. We'll see what they come up with, as the Bobcats still have a timeout, but they're not going to take it.
Galligan's had time. His go-to receiver, number 80, Creedon Ball, is on the near side of your screen. He is looking that way. Going to let it fly. Ball in double coverage, but never had a chance. It was over his head. Guajardo and Dixon there on the coverage, and it'll be a turnover on down. So costly penalty as Childress was driving, but that penalty gets him behind the chains, and then Mustang defense doing what you should do, keep the ball in front of you, rally to the football, and they'll take over at their own 43-yard line.
2:30 to go in the game. Childress with one timeout. Of course, we'll still get the 2-minute warning, so a couple of times to stop the clock. But Mustangs can pick up a couple of first downs and put it away.
Childress, who got the ball to start the drive at their own 45. Mustangs get it at their own 43. Revilla is met in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard. They're going to mark it back at the 42. So 2nd and 11. But it will take us to the 2-minute warning. There's just 2:10 now and counting. The Mustangs will definitely let it run down. And then at that point, 1 first down will end this thing, but a 2-score game. Even if Childress gets the ball back here with a little bit of time, they had to have that conversion. They needed to score when they got the ball. And really, after creating that turnover and being right there, or not turnover, they got the turnover, turned it over on downs, forced the 3 and out, and got it back at their own 45 after a short punt. Mustang defense, give them credit.
Yeah.
Noble fence defensive stand. I don't know if we said it that time or not, but they get the turnover on downs, and now the offense with a chance to put this one away and head back home 1-0. You know, in week 1, there's always going to be stuff on film that you want to improve on, but it's always more fun to ride home and watch the film on Saturday morning being 1-0 than it is to be 0-1.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So Mustangs will come out, got their 3 wide out set, tied in to the right side of the line there, revealing the backfield with Wynn.
Revilla up the middle, and again, not a lot of room. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so he picked up a yard there, but it's going to be 3rd and 10. Childress has 1 timeout.
Not electing to use it so far. 20 seconds on the play clock. Mustangs can wind this down and snap it at around minute 10 to go.
Well, the coaching staff looks like they're getting ready to take a timeout. They're walking over to the head linesman, and they'll call a timeout with a second left on the play clock. So
1:14 on the game clock.
Yeah, Mustangs using those timeouts. They still have one. And they may elect to keep it on the ground here, although Childress with that timeout can stop it, but you would at the very least be forcing them to use that last timeout before they get the ball back. The Mustangs jumped out early in this one, got out to a 21-0 lead, and it looked like that was going to be the score going to halftime, but Childress gets a 33-yard strike on the last play of the first half to make it 21-7. They made it 21-14 and got within 2 scores in a late 3rd quarter. The Mustangs have been able to hold them off to this point. Each team exchanging scores. Wynn has it. McCravey goes in motion. The Zia Power Sports Spotlight Player of the Game. Revilla, though, gets the handoff. As that motion was just window dressing, Revilla gets another carry. He's still moving forward. They've blown it dead. But Revilla was still churning.
It's going to bring up 4th down, and now Childress will go ahead and use their last timeout.
It's 1:05 on the clock, and I think Jordan wanted that play to continue. His legs hadn't stopped, but they blow the whistle, and it's 4th and 11, so they're going to give him a loss on that play. The Mustangs looking to get out of here with a win, and again, kind of a quick start offensively. Childress, give them credit. After being down 3 scores, they got themselves right back in this game. They gave themselves a chance in the second half, but a couple of costly penalties and some drop passes down in the red zone. They left some points on the field tonight, or at least that's what they'll talk about when they look at the film tomorrow, is what they left out on the field. Dixon is back to punt. Better snap this time, and he gets it away. He was under pressure. Not a great roll, but the Mustangs will leave it alone. Gavin White stands there, and they're going to make the officials blow the whistle as it stopped there at the 22-yard line. So under a minute to play, no timeouts left. Mustangs just need to keep everything in front of them here. And really, I mean, you had a special teams touchdown for Childress. Pretty good performance from your defense here right out of the gate. And we've seen some explosive plays from the offense too, kind of what we saw. And once they get this thing rolling, this team's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. 21 points is what they've given up
so far. As you mentioned, 7 of that was on a special teams play. So 14 points given up by the defense. 7 of that on that play, the last play in the first half. Situation there. So overall, I think the defense looked really good, and the offense has put 35 points on the board and done some good things as well.
On second down as well, clock rolling here on third down. We're going to go under 30 seconds to play.
Mustangs with the extra defensive back in here, 3-man rush.
Deep shot down the right side into double coverage. Shires has the interception and a chance for a return. Coaches are telling him to go down. And he is tackled at the 35-yard line. There's a late flag from the back judge.
Yeah, that's going to be on Childress. Had a player a little frustrated, took his helmet off on the field out there. So not going to matter. 11 seconds on the clock. Mustangs take over on the interception, and they'll move it forward 15 yards before the Mustangs line up in their favorite position, favorite formation.
Well, we're still trying to. He signaled the other way initially, but then corrected himself. We're still trying to get into rhythm here too. I think the two of us, we haven't talked at all about who the two Glasheen Bison Interman play.
Do you ever feel like everyone else understands their money better than you do? You're not alone. Many retirees don't fully understand their risk, their fees, or whether their income will last. That's why we're offering a complimentary retirement review. If you've saved at least $250,000, we'll show you how much risk you're really taking, what you're paying in hidden fees, and how to create a dependable income that can last as long as you do. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. Call now or scan the QR code to schedule your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath, one snap, one stand. First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Phillies. You are the spirit of West Texas.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage where every bite feels like a victory.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney. You're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
No, Noble fence. If your fence has seen better days, nobody but Noble will tear it down and we'll build it right. Nobody but Noble. The customer service with the best top quality is what you'll get. Nobody, hey, nobody, hey, nobody but Noble. Noble fence.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallowater Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
I often tell people that we're in the service business. We just happen to fix cars. The people of Lubbock, the people of West Texas really speak to me. We make sure that the car's fixed right, and we also do that with exceptional customer service. We're removing frustration, stress, anxiety. We truly are trying to renew peace of mind to our customers. Really want to focus on that as far as the culture that we have in Renew Collision.
The future starts here in Shallowater ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallowater ISD, in a class of our own.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo last summer, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
Do you ever feel like everyone else understands their money better than you do? You're not alone. Many retirees don't fully understand their risk, their fees, or whether their income will last. That's why we're offering a complimentary retirement review. If you've saved at least $250,000, we'll show you how much risk you're really taking, what you're paying in hidden fees, and how to create a dependable income that can last as long as you do. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. Call now or scan the QR code to schedule your complimentary consultation. Caprock Financial Group. Plan smarter, climb higher.
Every game has a moment when the hits get hard, when the noise gets loud, when all that matters is the next play. That's where you answer. That's where teams are built. One breath, one snap, one stand. First United Bank is proud to support the Shallowater Mustangs and Phillies. You are the spirit of West Texas.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage where every bite feels like a victory.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney. You're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
No offense. If your fence has seen better days, nobody but Noble will tear it down and we'll build it right. Nobody but Noble. The customer service with the best top quality is what you'll get. Nobody, hey, nobody, hey, nobody but Noble. Noble fence.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallowater Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
I often tell people that we're in the service business. We just happen to fix cars. The people of Lubbock, the people of West Texas really speak to me. We make sure that the car's fixed right, and we also do that with exceptional customer service. We're removing frustration, stress, anxiety. We truly are trying to renew peace of mind to our customers. Really want to focus on that as far as the culture that we have in Renew Collision.
The future starts here in Shallowater ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallowater ISD, in a class of our own.
For over
They're gone.
So close.
So when's this gonna go?
Me too.
Give a thumbs up.
You do not want one of these.
I'm here with the GBI players of the game. Offensive player is going to be Easton Foster. Easton, talk to me here. How important was it to get this first win?
Man, just starting off is just a great confidence booster, you know. We still have a lot of things to work on. We still have a lot of progress to progress. And, man, I'm just excited. I'm excited for what this year has to hold.
Good job, guys. Defensive player of the game is going to be senior Manning Mitchell. Manning, we got Seminole next week. Talk to me. What's it going to take to prepare for Seminole next week?
Just like Easton said, we got a lot to work on, a lot of progress. So when we get back, do recovery tomorrow, start watching film, seeing what we can improve on tomorrow, and then wake up every day for practice, ready to go, get 1% better every day.
Good game tonight, guys. I'm going to send it back up to Nathan and David to close us out.
All right, thank you, sir. We appreciate Russell Jeffcott, his first run as sideline reporter. And like I said earlier, this first broadcast of the year is always fun because we're knocking off the rust. But, man, when it's 100-plus degrees outside and cameras and equipment, transmitters are all overheating, we appreciate Russell's effort down there on the sideline, and we appreciate Easton Foster and Manning Mitchell sticking around for us to do those interviews. Man, as we were talking about who those players of the game should be, it was tough to decide. There were so many guys that we called their names throughout the night, and it was really kind of a balanced effort. You didn't have one person offensively that just dominated the game, and same defensively. You had a lot of guys pitching in, but we called Manning Mitchell's name a lot tonight defensively. Had a couple of big plays from that linebacker position to try to – they did a really good job, the defense did, of shutting down Childress' run game early in the first half. They got it going a little bit in the second half, but the Mustang defense doing their part, especially in the second half when they really needed it to get some stops. And then Easton Foster had the big play in the second half to blow this game wide open. He takes off after they had made it, after Childress had made it a one-possession game. They scored with 4:48 left to play in the third quarter. They made it 21-14. All of a sudden you felt like, man, we got ourselves a game. And the Mustangs go 75 yards in 5 plays, due in large part to that 56-yard touchdown run from Easton Foster. Kind of put the Mustangs back out in front for good. Made it 28-14, and that's where we end up with a 14-point score as, again, the Mustangs hang on 35-21 here in Childress. Nathan Riojas and David Blackburn wrapping things up here on the Caprock Financial Group postgame show. Like the guys said, they both said it. We've got a lot of stuff to improve on. We'll watch the film and see what we need to do and improve, but still a lot of things to be encouraged about if you're the Mustangs.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned it, and we talked about it during the game. A lot of guys contributing. We talked about all the different guys that ran with the ball in the backfield, all of them rotating in, whether it was the defensive line or offensive line and secondary. You know, a lot of guys that they can plug into a lot of different places out there. I think that'll serve the team well as the season progresses, just to be able to rotate guys in, keep them fresh like that. But, you know, the biggest thing, you know, is you practice, you go through camp, and then you have a couple of scrimmages. You try to get a little live work in, but the non-district games, that's where you really start honing in and working to get better. And I think that's what the Mustangs figured out where they need to focus tonight, and did some things really well, some things they'd like to do different, and now they just try to progress and get better each week. But, you know, from a team standpoint, you go on the road in Childress, first game of the season, and pick up a win. You're 1-0. You touched on that earlier, too. That makes that bus ride back to Shallowater a much more fun bus ride, and the film sessions will be a little better. You know, they're always a little tough early in the season especially, but a lot of good things, a lot of positives. I think this is going to be a fun Mustang team to watch this season.
Yeah, and we start getting answers to some of those questions that we had when you lose a crop of seniors and you've got guys stepping into new roles, maybe changing roles some, and the coaches are trying to figure it out too, because you've got 33 guys, 35 dressed out tonight, and you just don't know how much maybe some guys are going to play on offense, how much they're going to play on defense, or where do they land? Do they play more of their time on defense versus offense? I mean, they're trying to figure that out too, while at the same time trying to keep the playbook, you know, a little close to the vest still. You don't want to show all of your cards this early in the season, but and that's offensively and defensively. But man, a lot of things to be encouraged about. You see some of the explosive potential offensively. You saw the guys at the line of the scrimmage really holding their own and making some big plays when they had to. And Logan Wynn, I think, answering questions. We saw it in scrimmages, and you knew like Logan could sling it, but the way that they get the ball down the field, they're going to be very balanced this year, especially like you said, with all the guys that can run the football. The balance is going to be there. The defense is going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It doesn't get any easier, though, as we take a look at the schedule. And immediately we go back home. It'll be the home opener for the Mustangs on Friday night. So that's something to be excited about. Be sure and pack Todd Field next Friday. But the Seminole Indians will be in town. And it looks like, based on what we saw at halftime, that Seminole was taking care of business against a Bushland team that's always really good.
Yeah,
and
the level of the opponent will step up pretty significant next week in Seminole. You know, they're always a great. They always have a great program. They are always one of the more physical teams we'll play. Just over the years, Shallowater's had Seminole on the non-district schedule for many years now, just because of the challenges they present. They always they're going to be big and fast and talented and like I said, just a very physical team.
Yeah, and we talked about, and you even saw it on the field. We talked about it before the game. How do you handle the heat? Well, we saw a ton of cramping because you have guys on these teams playing both ways for most of the game. Seminole, that will not be the case. A lot of those guys will be solely on offense or solely on defense. So you're going to have not just a bigger physical human beings, but they're also going to have a bigger roster. They're going to run more guys out there, and the tempo they like to run offensively is always challenging for your defense. So a big challenge ahead next week, and the Mustangs know that they'll be ready. It's a Seminole team that they're familiar with. Like you said, we've seen them over the last several years, but a good one to get started. And again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors that make this possible. We appreciate the Caprock Financial Group for sponsoring this post-game show. Glasheen, Vias, and Interman, players of the game, Easton Foster and Manning Mitchell. Big thanks again to Edward Jones for providing the pregame meal here in Childress tonight. And you can't ever say enough about what this crew does. And we get to see it behind the scenes. Nobody else does. We were here, like you said, before 4 o'clock, setting up, getting all of this set up, and then they're making adjustments the whole time as things change and technology fails. These guys are moving 100 miles an hour behind the scene to make sure you can watch this wherever you are. So a good week one, successful week one for all of us, I think. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Hope you have a great weekend. So long from Childress. We will see you next Friday at the Todd as the Mustangs take on the Indians from Seminole.